Welcome back to another episode of the Peer-to-Peer Podcast. I'm your host, Agent Zero. Today I'm joined with my co-host,
Legend of Winning, a.k.a. Low.
And a special guest, Dominique. Feel free to introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up, guys? Dominique, Danielle.
Okay, cool. Hey, we're going to get into the intros and all of that, but before we do, we want to give a big shout out to the guys over at Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play. Thanks for showing love. Apple Podcasts, make sure to drop a 5-star. I don't know where we're at now, but we should be nearing 3,000 5 stars. Let's get there, man. I don't know what we should check like where we are on the leaderboards. I know they have a whole leaderboards. I don't even know what category we are.
I think we in gaming, right? That's the
That'd
one
be wild.
that's the one we got put into.
That'd be wild if we were in gaming.
We shouldn't be though.
Word of mouth, people, of course. And remember, the video is available on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. You can see our beautiful faces. Head over to Peer-to-Peer on YouTube. And if you haven't already, put on the notification bell and go.
Oh, yes, that's right. She ain't seen it. That's tough. Another gang. Facts, big facts.
And make sure to say fuck Audio Mac.
Why? Why do you?
Because we have to.
You trying to demonetize the whole channel? I swear to God.
You remember last podcast? Did we make money on that? I didn't check.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, cool. Oh, that means we can talk about whatever.
No, it's not.
Okay, cool. So we have a guest with us today, Dominique. Feel free to just introduce yourself to the people. Like, what do you do? Where are you from?
Okay, so I am Dominique Danielle. I do social media, but of course, I use social media as a platform to get to, acting, get into movies, stuff like that. But social media, comedy, acting, music, eventually, a little bit of everything within entertainment as far as in, talent is
concerned.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
Do you have like a preferred direction? What are you doing right now? Like, you sound like you want to be real versatile with it, but is there anything you're focusing on?
Very much. No, I am actually focused more right now on acting. I have a couple things that I've already done that'll be released within the year because, a lot of times within filming, the following year it's released. But given COVID and the circumstances, things have kind of, had a delay. But movies, stuff like that is lined up now, and then of course everything else will kind of fall into place. So that's my main. That's the main path, and then I'll kind of branch out into everything else as it goes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
that's dope. That's real versatile. I started real narrow too, like so narrow that not only did I started off gaming, so like I did a game, NBA 2K, but then specifically I did one game mode in the game. Like that's the only thing I did for like 2 years, and it worked. But then you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as soon as you
pivot and you try and expand, you pivot and you expand, and then hopefully during the process, you don't like fall flat on your face.
Yeah, no, it's definitely it's a journey, especially when you're known for something in particular. When you get on for something, people like to put you in a box, and a lot of times I don't necessarily mind it because, of course, I like to be crazy enough to show people that I'm not exactly who you thought I was. I am exactly who I am. So a lot of times, I like surprising people. I like when people put me in a certain box, so just I can be like, surprise, bitch. What's good?
What box?
I ain't in no box, ho. No, I'm playing. So yeah.
No, that's good energy though, because I know Kanye talks about that a lot. People try to put him in a box. Say he a rapper.
Yeah.
He blew up on the design stuff.
Yeah.
His shoe blew up. Then they try to put him. He's a shoe guy.
Yeah.
And now he trying. So it's like.
Yeah.
I feel like no matter what you do, like you'll be. People, they're just rushing to put you in a box.
Very much. It's like people want to be able to label everything, and if they can't label you, then the only thing they can call you is crazy. So a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that's the first thing you're called when they can't put a specific label on you. And I've learned to actually like it and respect it, to know that I'm nothing like what they try to label. It just is what it is.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So I respect it. I ain't mad at it.
No, it's natural for it to be like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, my theory is like, and that just goes beyond just like career stuff. Like even with horoscopes, just like, you ever do those personality tests?
No, yo, you talking about the ENJ, the
there's plenty of them.
Yes.
Yeah, so when you work for some companies and make you do them, you might have done some in class and shit like that.
No, I've never forcefully been done one for a job. Yeah, never. Damn. But I've done it purposely to kind of figure out who the fuck I am. Sorry.
It's all good.
Like I literally, sorry, I'm gonna watch my cursing because
you don't have to. We don't make money off
don't,
this
you
podcast.
actually don't have to. Yeah. You can literally say whatever the fuck you want to say.
Oh,
It
good.
won't matter.
Okay. Because I was about to say,
Well,
like, I don't want to do too
it
much.
don't matter.
Okay, I'll keep discretion.
It's random. They'll demonetize a random casual neutral video. Then he talk about the wildest shit on the last podcast
And they
green.
let it go.
They're like, cool.
Yeah, fact. So you say whatever you want to.
Okay, so I'll be sure to still. But no, the personality thing. Yes, I actually took a test purposely to figure out who, what I was.
Which one did you take? I'm curious.
I did the one they tell me I'm an ENFJ.
Oh, you talking about Myers-Briggs, probably?
Is that what that is?
Yeah, it had like the intuition and that one you talking about.
Very much.
Yeah.
They tried to put me in, I guess, categories with people like, and they told me I'm more like these people,
right?
Like Obama and Oprah. I was like,
they gave you examples?
I'm in good camp. Yeah, I'm in good company, so I'm not mad. It was like these are also people who have taken this test, and these are that person.
You know what I realized about this? I have a theory about those tests. Is like people, their brain is always so full of bullshit. So like what they do is, like humans are just like, they want to simplify the whole process.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're a Taurus, so you're gonna do these things.
Yes.
You're like, this is your classification. So even in your career, like you're Kanye, you're a rapper. You can't do that shit.
But you got to look at it like this. It all goes back to them wanting to be able to label you something that they can understand.
So like when someone asks them like, yo, who's that agent guy? Oh, he's a gamer. But it's like, I do other shit. But you had to blow up on the other shit.
Exactly. You have to be respected for it. It's a difference to blow up, but to be respected for it, then that's when you'll be known for it. So do you understand what I mean?
I feel you.
Yeah, because they'll know you for something, but when they respect you for it, that's when you do it.
You're in a box right now? You feel like you're in a box?
Yeah, I mean, slightly. Because the other stuff that I've actually, but you know what? The box that I'm in right now, I actually aimed for this box for specific reasons, and I got in it, and I'm respected for it, and so I don't knock it. Now,
wait, what's the box?
So the box right now is they know that I'm a great actor. They know that I can act. They know it, and they also want me to be like, because I have good comedic timing. They want me to be a comedian so bad, but I'm not, and I just have a good sense of humor. Like I ain't gonna lie, I have a dark sense of humor, but it's still like good in a certain way. So I like.
Yo, wait, we both looked at you like, okay.
So it's good.
How dark are we talking?
I mean, it's not.
No,
grim,
I feel like when most people say dark, they just mean like they don't really mean it though. Like truly dark. Like I watch some comedians I watch and I feel like, man, you just saying that shit. You saying edgy shit just to get a reaction. But other comedians like Louis C.K.
They really mean that shit.
He meant that shit. I knew he was weird. Like, yeah, you watch his comedy, you know he's weird. He meant it. He's a weird guy.
Yeah. You. I mean, and there's no judgment for me when it comes to the type of humor or whatever it is. I'm more of a dry, sarcastic. I love sarcasm. I love, like asshole shit sometimes. Like, okay, so in specifics.
He nodding over there like, yeah, I know about those.
Okay, so Dave Chappelle is one of like an example I like to give.
Goat. That's a fact.
Okay.
I've been trying to say, listen,
I
man.
swear when he made he was basically explaining how he told this top film director guy he had a video idea or whatever the case, if y'all remember this. But he basically tells him, he was like, yeah, I got this idea. It's about this guy who saves the world, but he has to touch a pussy in order to save the world, right?
Yeah.
So it's like rape. But it's like he saves when he rapes, but he rapes when he saves. And I was like, it's the funniest fucking shit I've ever fucking. And I thought it was so funny because now again, as a woman, you would think I would be highly offended by that shit. And I mean, no, I understand exactly I understood what he was saying. So it was like, I have a certain sort of understanding of the message of what, asshole shit could be saying in order for you to understand the full concept.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I was like, damn, it was basically letting you know, like, we have heroes, people that we admire. And they save a lot of lives with their gifts and their talents, but they're human. So the shit that they do, it ain't all right. Right? It's not cool. But they saved lives as well as ones that they've damaged. So basically that was the message, and I just kind of, I understood. So I take that into consideration. I take certain things like that. humor to explain real life situations, but then to be able to do it in a way where you can laugh about it, basically.
Yeah, no, Dave Chappelle's a great example of somebody who just completely broke every box he's ever been in.
Yeah.
I watched, it's interesting because he grew a lot over I always said for a while, maybe like 5-6 years, I was like, I want to talk to two people in my life, Kobe and Chappelle. And Kobe's time has passed, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I saw Kanye tweet today. He was like, I talked to Chappelle for 2 hours. He's the new Socrates or whatever, Greek philosopher. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
I forgot what that nigga was all about, but
smart as hell.
Exactly.
And very, very logical.
And
very
the thing I love about him is he's not afraid of like the consequences it's gonna have to his career to be himself.
I swear.
And that's so hard to come across. I catch myself just filtering myself because you don't know. And most of the time I don't even have to do it no more because I'm not live. I just do YouTube. So Waleed will catch it. And sometimes he'll call me like, why did you think this was gonna make it in the video? Why did you say this? So if you think my videos is crazy, you don't even know. Well, Waleed has a whole folder of shit that we said.
Yeah.
But we're just fucking around though.
Yeah.
Who's we? What?
Well, you're in those too.
No, nigga, just you.
Yeah,
No,
you're in the folder way more than I am.
Nigga, stop.
We could prove it.
Stop. Whoa.
No, we can't gonna drop it, but we can ask Waleed to count him up. Vortex is gonna be in a strong lead.
I'm about to say a very strong.
Very
lead.
strong. Like,
you started off your statement by saying Waleed has a folder of me, and then you ended it with saying we were in it. I'm like, nigga, that's just you.
You in it too. I think I have like 3. I'm in there like 3 times, but that's it. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm not. I used to hate that shit. Like, don't put me in no box.
Oh.
But I don't mind it no more though, because it's easier to understand who I am if you could just be like, that's what he does. He's goofy. Like 2-3 words, that's what he's about. But you're more than that, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's just, that's the easy way for people to consume because they watch so much and they're they're on social media all fucking day consuming content.
Right.
If they had to detail what, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot of work for people to do. So it's just, I feel like in a lot of ways, people are always looking for opportunities to simplify like complicated parts of their lives.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Stuff they can't understand.
But
Stuff that they don't look for. So
well, what platform do you normally use? Like mostly use?
Mostly I use my Instagram platform for the most part. Now I'm getting ready to capitalize more onto YouTube because I decided, well, Dom, if you're going to be, I have a strong platform for Facebook and stuff as well. Like I have like 155,000 there. And then
followers?
for it's likes, and then I have like 40,000 followers. I guess it's the difference.
I was on Facebook for a while. I know what it's about. It's an interesting platform.
Yeah, it's very,
you have to do like shareable things there.
No, for real.
Yeah.
So I just what I do, I post to one place and I just let it post to another and I go from there. So I was like, let me start really going on YouTube. So but yeah.
Have you thought about doing like sketch comedy or skits or scripted
Of course.
content?
Yes. We actually had a TV show. We did a, what do you call the damn pilot? We did filmed a pilot of a comedy sketch TV show that I was like the star.
Pilot episode or like its whole season?
It was like a glimpse of what the show would be like in order to have it shot to different networks and people and places to get, somebody to fully invest into the project.
Right.
Which I think it would be amazing and fun. But right now, because everything is kind of on hold, that's there. But yes, to answer the question, yes, I would love to do like sketch comedy and acting and stuff like that because it kind of just goes into what I am. But I'm not a comedian though.
Just off the top, you don't have to be.
I'm not a comedian.
Like Lil Dicky was a comedian, was like, fuck it, let's do this rap shit. Blew up quickly off rap. And then now he has his Dave show with FX and it's probably one of the biggest shows. So I'm guaranteeing he's gonna do more shit in that realm.
Oh yeah.
But like he's a guy like he was labeled a whole bunch of shit. We're not gonna label you a comedian. You can relax here.
Look,
You can be an actor. You can be whatever you want to be.
Look, no. So then I started taking up doing more focused on like when it came to Instagram. I started doing and working into like a modeling and stuff like that because I launched a clothing line. So then I knew. Now I hate using my looks to generate anything. I hate it actually, but I know that sells. So in order to have a successful fashion line, you know what I'm saying? I know, okay, you're going to have to be able to show people that you look good in what you want to wear.
Okay, I get that. Why do you hate it though? I'm curious.
Because again, then it's like, it's another box. So my main goal was to make sure you knew I was talented before I was pretty, before or whatever you can think. You know what I'm saying? I'm talented before you realize my ass is fat.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Like, you're gonna realize this shit before you see an ass is fat or whatever. You gonna know, like, that bitch talented though.
That's admirable.
You know?
No cap, because it's kind of like a shortcut to use your looks. Now we'll put you in a box for sure.
Oh man.
And it might not even be the audience that you're looking for.
Yeah. No,
at the
because
end.
you can't imagine. I mean, I don't know if anybody's ever been on my live before, but I get the weirdest shit. Like, I get ass eating offers all the time.
Whoa.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right.
They getting mad
You
bold
see-
in your chat.
You see what I'm saying? They are serious.
I don't even get those.
Like, it's the craziest shit.
But I get so many people there. I get like, can I play games with you, or can you follow me? And then the most boldest shit. No, they don't even. Yeah, it never got that far.
Yeah, no,
But now that you said it though,
Yeah, it's weird. So
I'm telling you, people's gonna start doing it.
I'm about to say, niggas who's watching this right now might end up. Wait, how many what's the little snowflake emojis you got over the past?
I did get some. Some icy.
The Glacier Boy.
Some Glacier Boy shit. And I did, but I was just like, what are you telling me?
That
The
shit would
weather?
have worked like the moment it blew up. You had to been doing it, because the second people started doing it, that shit fell off.
Yeah, no.
So only reason why I asked about the whole Instagram thing is because I was wondering, what do you think that played a role in like putting you in the box and stuff like that? Because I feel like on YouTube, people can kind of get to know your personality more because the content is a bit more longer and you have a bit more flexibility with it. But with Instagram, it definitely feels like that is definitely a platform where people are searching for like one thing and consistently doing that.
Yes, I will say that. And I will say that thank God for live.
Yeah.
And for
IG
stories,
Live?
Okay. So IG Live and stories are the thing that I express more of my character more than anything. Now, I more post my sense of humor, my comedy shit, and then of course acting things, and then fashion and beauty. I post more of that to the page so you can kind of get a glimpse of the outside or the outer shell. But then as you come into the live, you get to talk. We get to talk. And I actually read every comment that comes across my screen. And a lot of times I think that they literally say the most craziest shit to me because they know that when I respond, I'm going to do it with comedy or some sort of crazy, I just take that shit very well. Yeah. So I think that they do it in order to see my reaction, and then we all end up laughing, or I roast them out because I roast the shit out their ass. But then, it depends on how we feeling, and then we'll go from there. And it's like they never expect. Like half the time, I'm nothing that they expect. So it makes me feel good to know. You know what I'm saying? I'm crazy.
Yeah.
No,
you've reminded me
a
few times now.
Crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Yeah. I wouldn't lie to you,
You said, interesting, you use the word character, like your character on IG Live. Do you feel like you're playing a role, like when you're live, or is that like a part of you? Because it's interesting. I always like asking content creators that question, because I get told a lot from people who like see me off camera. They're like, are you nothing like you are on video? Like, you want me to start screaming right now? I'm loud as fuck in my videos. Like, I don't know who you expect me to be right now, but it's just me and you.
No, yeah. So I'm more of myself.
On IG Live?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I like to be more of who the fuck I am, because first and foremost, I used to have to apologize for who I was all the time.
Like in school? Or?
So anyway, if you go certain places, people always got something to say about who you are for some reason.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I'm saying? they always got something to say. And it took me a long time to get to a point where I was like, fuck them. It took me a long time to get to that point, to not give a shit about what someone thinks of me. And I always knew, I like people. I don't always fuck with people, because I know that people's intentions aren't always good. You know what I'm saying? For you. And though I have the best intentions for people at heart, I'll never, I never go into anything with impure intentions. And I think that's important with dealing with anything, especially if, depending on the situation, whether it's business, personal, whatever the case is. I don't go into anything with any impure or any ill intentions for anyone or the situation at hand. So when I've dealt with people, a lot of times, I've dealt with people who don't necessarily know how to deal with who I am as a person, and not the crazy side, but just the fact that I'm gonna be honest as fuck. I'm very honest. I don't lie like about a motherfucking thing. Like I don't lie to keep from hurting your feelings. People be like, oh, you're cute. I'm like, okay. So look, what you can do is you can change that, because that don't look as good. You know what I'm saying? But I will always look out for your best interest at heart. That's who I am as a person. And I always want that in return. So I had to understand that everybody's not going to be like me, but I also respect the truth. All right. I don't always like it, but I respect it. So again, it's hard being myself. So in live, I always make sure I be just who the fuck I feel. I like how I feel. That's who I be.
Isn't that so interesting? I think that's because if I walk outside, like let's say you walk, any individual walks outside, like you feel like you have to be, you know what I'm saying? Like there's social norms. You can't just be doing whatever because people can look at you crazy.
Yep.
It's interesting that when you turn on a camera and you're talking to like thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, that's when you feel most comfortable being who you are.
Oh my God. What you mean? I mean, I'm as outgoing when I get out in front of people, but I'm also I will be observing of people because I know people can be something else.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So, okay, I'll go out and I'm like, hey y'all, and it can be a group of girls and I can spot off the rip, like which ones I know. Okay,
you have to teach me that skill.
It's a feeling.
I get it wrong.
Because look, it's a feeling. It's not even. It's something I've dealt with my whole life. All right, so I knew that when I went someplace, I knew somebody didn't like me, and even if they didn't want to act like they did or didn't, I knew it, and I didn't know why. Maybe it was because their whole, promotion or their whole, prejudice, like not knowing you and then thinking you're a certain way, and then. People have their own ways of figuring out who the fuck you are. Have you got
it wrong? Because that's my fear is like I'm just gonna think I know some shit about you based off of like I don't know my intuition or maybe previous experiences. Yeah. And then I'm wrong about the person.
100%. No. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think I've ever been wrong.
Oh man,
you have to have been wrong.
That's crazy.
Like even when
if you've never been wrong, that's a superpower.
Okay, look. I swear on my life, I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible because I tell stories and the motherfuckers could go long. So, a girl, quick story. A girl that I was going to an acting workshop because I do acting all the time. I go to classes and whatnot. I go to an acting workshop. A girl hits me. She's like, you're really talented. I'm like, okay, thank you. Something in me just was like, something ain't right. I don't know. It is what it is. But she was friendly. But I knew something wasn't right. But I still be nice. I'm not a, funny acting person. Like 9 times out of 10, if I feel a certain type of way, I'll say that shit out loud. Like, yo, this vibe, I don't like it. But she was friendly, but I just didn't feel it. So I'm like, thank you. But I kept it moving. So again, she hits me up. Hey, you want to get together? I kind of avoid it. I'm like, I gotta work.
Is she a participant in this workshop or is she like a teacher?
No, she was another student in the, just somebody meeting in the class, basically. She hits me again. You want to work on something? I'm like, nah, something keep making me kind of just avoid her. Yeah. So long story short, I end up trying to go against my better judgment. All right, but the only reason why was because she had a business proposition. And I was like, oh, business, let's do it. Because I'm a workaholic. Like, if you're going to work, we're going to work. I'm going to work. Right. So then she seemed to try to want to be friends at that. Next thing you know, the girl drugs my drink and tried to do something crazy to me.
Oh, man. Okay, yo, man.
I don't think I expected that twist.
Yeah, you see? I knew it.
Wait, why did she, do you know why?
I don't to this day. To this day, I don't know. And I swear on this is on everything I love, you guys. It was the scariest experience in my life, and this is to this day. Like, if anybody brings me something and I ain't seen it made, I won't drink it. I won't eat it. I don't play that shit. And I'm telling anybody who watching this shit, don't let nobody just bring you shit or put shit in your. You know what I'm saying? No,
you're right.
No, nobody's in here.
I just came here. Unless you want to drink this. I just came here I came here a year ago, and I ain't here like that wasn't even a thing that I was aware of back in Toronto. But since I moved here, I know 2 people that's happened to.
Oh yeah, no,
which is wild.
It's awful. It's awful.
Wait,
and
that workshop was here, right?
Yeah, okay. It was here in Georgia. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was everything. It happened here, and the saddest thing about it was for a good year, my speech was impaired. Even now, still to this day.
Wait, did you drink it?
Yes, I had. See, this is. I wasn't.
Jesus
okay.
Christ.
Let me just. Okay, so I'm not a drinker. I don't drink. I don't smoke. She kept when we went to this little event that she actually invited me to, and she was like, "Hey, I'm going to get a drink. You want one?" I'm like, "No, I'm good. I don't drink." She said, "You sure you want to drink?" I'm sure. So 5 minutes later, you sure you don't want to drink? I'm sure. I was sure last minute 5 minutes ago. I'm sure it is 5 minutes. But okay, yeah. No, I'm good. She asked again, "You want to drink?" No. Now I got to the point where I'm like, the answer is going to stay no, because you asked too many times within the time frame. Too many times. I don't know. Something ain't right. All right. Then next thing you know, she was like, well, I'm going to go get a drink. I said, all right, well, I'll go to the bar with you. I'm going to get some water. Go get me a cup of water. You know, the bartender says, hey, ladies, I'm going to treat y'all to a shot. I said, no, thank you. I don't drink. She said, no, it's free. It's on me. I was like,
wait, the bartender treated you to a shot, but it was on her though?
She was like, yeah, it's on me. It's free.
Oh,
like
okay.
the bartender was basically like, don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's on me. So I'm like, motherfucker. Now here it is. Me trying not to be like rude. Cause then, as soon as you say no, a motherfucker think you a prude. Yeah. So I was like, all right. Now I'm peer pressured and shit. So then, as we're watching them perform, they hand me my shot. One shot. Now I'm not a drinker. All right. Mm-hmm. I get drunk quick, but I know what drunk feel like. Mm-hmm. All right. And I know the difference between being drunk and being under the influence of some fucked up shit.
Jesus.
One shot, fireball, boom, take it to the head. I said, oh, this shit's strong. I started drinking all my water. Drinking it, because I'm like, man, this shit's strong as fuck. I'm not with the drinking shit. I'm not with this. Yeah. So 15 minutes later, I'm sitting down, looking at my phone, and I didn't understand what my phone was. I didn't understand. And then my head started to get small in my head. What? And then it started to feel like I was literally losing my mind. Not like going crazy. Like my mind was going.
Were you there with any friends or?
No, just me and her.
Jesus.
It's a group, it's a crowd of people. But I say to her, I said, yo, something ain't right. Somebody put something in my drink. She said, oh shit.
She was the imposter.
Oh shit. That was all she said.
That's wild.
To this day, I didn't know how to use my phone. By the grace of God, I figure out how to try to use my phone. I'm like, how do I use? I didn't even know how to use my phone. I wasn't blacking out. It was no like sleepiness. It was like my mind was gone.
Did you remember like most of the night?
Yeah, no, I remember everything.
Okay.
The crazy thing was after that, because after whatever the feeling was, because I called my mother, told her where I was. After 30 minutes of trying to figure out how to use the phone. Yeah, it took me about 30 minutes. I tell her where I'm at, and then the feeling of losing it goes away. Now I just feel tipsy. I just feel like a tipsy feeling. I'm like, okay, this is normal. I felt this before, but I ain't never felt the other. So I'm like, maybe the water kind of helped, whatever that was, subside. Mm-hmm. So I go up to her because she's watching me from across the fucking room. She don't even try to help me.
Wow.
Did you tell her? Oh, you said you told her.
Yeah. I was like, hey. She was like, oh, hey. I was like, you good? I mean, I was over here. No, I was fine. I didn't know, what was going on. You didn't know what was going on. I just told you I felt like somebody put something in my drink. So a lot of times I've had those feelings about people. I've never been wrong. Now, it may sometimes not, it's not always been as drastic as that. Some people that I've had a certain feeling about probably just fucked me over. But besides that, I don't think I've ever been wrong. Like completely and utterly like wrong. Oh, I was wrong about you. You're way better than I thought. Like never in my life. Never.
Two things. A, you gotta start doing YouTube. So that's A. Like off word, like I swear to God, it'd be way better. But two, I would assume like that having that type of intuition, especially on Instagram, dealing with other people. Because I've seen a lot of your content, you collab with a lot of people. Are you like, how does that work when it comes to like collabing with people? Because at least on YouTube, I think is more so of a community of people that you talk to.
Very much.
I feel like on IG it may be more numbers oriented and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's okay. So IG is more of how they view your talent and your content. So so other IG influencers or comedians or people who do, the content. So we basically go, I started off doing little shit, but my ex actually introduced me to social media. He knew I was a great actor. He's like, Dom, you're a great actor. You need to start doing
it. What were you doing before that?
I was in radio actually.
Word.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I actually,
but
the biggest hip hop station in Atlanta. I worked for Hot 107.9 since I was 13 years old.
What'd you do?
I was an ordinary personality. I produced syndicated local shows. I made it was crazy because I could run an entire station. And I knew how to do it all. Because I got to a point where I was like, all right, I'm going to be an asset, not a liability. So then I knew if shit went through the fan, they knew, like, call her, she can fix it. So, I became that. I was like, that's my goal. And so I could do it all for everything for the most part. And so
then somebody was like, Instagram, you can take photos and filters.
Oh, man, no. I was mistreated at the job.
At the radio job?
Yeah, it didn't go good. And for legal purposes, I can't necessarily touch on all of it. You know what I'm saying? I can't touch on it, but it was a blessing, I'd have to say. Okay, so because of the way I was treated in one place, it made me go and start trying other things. Right. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And my ex was like, okay, I'm tired of that. I'm tired of you going through that. You're a great actor. It's time you start putting your talents out there. He's like, you sing, you act, you do all of this, but why won't you just broadcast yourself doing this? Yeah. And I was like, I don't know. Like, afraid of what people thought.
Yeah. When was this? How long was this?
Oh, this 3 years ago. So I've been doing social media for 3 years now.
That's mad recent.
Yeah.
I mean, you mean in 2016, you know what Instagram was?
No, I mean, I knew, but I just posted a picture. You know what I'm saying? Like, I posted a picture.
You didn't take it seriously.
I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know, like, I thought it was just like weird for people to have like 1 million followers or 300,000 followers. I was like,
people still think that.
Yeah, no, for real. They do. And it's work. That shit work for real. But I was just, I just didn't see myself doing it. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that you could do. So when I met my ex, he was at like 200,000-300,000 at the time. And I was like, well, how do you do that? Because actually I had did a casting call for comedians and people who do comedy and acting because we were starting a TV show. I was going to get a TV show around the station that was going to do some funny shit and fun shit that was really going to bring out the station and then, of course, expand the internet and TV. Yeah. Oh, that whole thing. And things didn't end up going well, but I met them. And then he ended up liking me and not taking no for an answer. And then, because my answer was no. And then next thing you know, it was like, he was like, yo, I don't like the way they treat you. You need to start doing this. You need to really do this because you got the talent to do it. He was like, just start doing it with me. And I started doing it with him. Okay. And then.
What's doing it? What is that?
Like the comedy skits. Because he does comedy. Like, and he's really good at it. He's like a genius with he's a genius at like figuring the shit out around everything. It's like he hasn't, I feel like he hasn't necessarily tapped into who he is potentially and what his talents contribute to as far as in his creativity and his content. But he's a genius at knowing like what your strong suits are. He's like a genius at that shit. So he says, Dom, you need to do that. Blah, blah, blah. So I was like, all right, cool. Then I started to branch off and started doing stuff and becoming more creative and unafraid of what people thought on my own. It got to a point where I was done so bad at one part in the job that I was like, you know what? Fuck what people think. And again, it's a blessing because if they hadn't, I'd still be afraid of what people thought. So I was like, damn, this is crazy. Like God has a way of doing things that I cannot always understand, but it turns out to be the best.
Nah, that's a fact though. I've been saying it. I don't know if it's just because I keep getting like real lucky. I don't know what the reason is, but every time something horrible has happened, I don't even try and find, like, I don't find out the why. The why just figures itself out for me later on. Mm-hmm. Like the amount of times that happens to me is so insane. It could be the smallest thing. It could be like, It could be like I forgot my keys. I had to walk back upstairs, but then had I went earlier, some other shit.
It was an accident down here. It might have been you.
You don't know.
All the time.
You don't know.
All the time.
So I notice that now, like every time I get rejected or some shit flops, that's literally just another direction. And so I'm like, this is just another opportunity, even though it don't look like one yet.
I swear.
But it could take years for you to figure it out.
I swear.
And then when you realize like the wisdom behind it, it really blow your fucking mind. You're sitting there like, how?
Man, I can't even, like, that makes me smile with you saying it because it's such a realization when you come in, like, when you get that type of realization as to why you've experienced something, it's almost like, it's not like you came to the end of the road, but it's like, oh my God. And then I can't even tell you how many times I prayed and wondered, like, God, why you let them do this to me? Why this happened? Why this happened? And then like later on, when I had the boldness and the confidence and the fearlessness, I was like, That's why you let them torture me like that.
Because a lot of
Because
times,
now I don't give a fuck. It just,
but it's lessons though.
Yeah.
A lot of the time,
All
like
the time. All the time.
when you like, there's plenty of shit. There's some stuff, there's stories I can't say on a podcast. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Same here.
I like every time some shit happens to me. Like, I tried getting my visa to come here because I came from Toronto. I came in 2018, and the agency, the firm that I was talking to, was just flat out retarded. Like, they didn't know what they were doing. They were trying to like basically try and get me to like, when you speak to a lawyer, any kind of lawyer, you had to pay like an hourly fee in consultations.
Yeah.
They'll give you like a little bit, but then like, hold on, consultation. You're asking for too much advice.
Right.
So then they just were wildly unhelpful. The reality is I probably could have I was highly likely to have gotten my visa that year if I just talked to the right lawyer. I waited a year though. And then when I tried in 2019 was the exact same time he was looking to move. So I was able to catch him at the same time. We would not have been living together. And so it's like, and so now you think about like, now this path here, now I'm living with Marcel. And like, I don't even know what I'd be like. It would just be me and Waleed if Lo wasn't there. But like this podcast would not have happened.
Or worse.
Oh yeah, or way worse.
Way worse.
So it's like, but at the time, I was like, man, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So when I got my visa, I was thinking like, man, this is bullshit. Cause I could have been here a year before, saved on taxes, not had to dealt with another Toronto winter. But it ain't hit me though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then it hits you. And so I just take it in stride now. Every time some shit goes wrong, I'm just like, I don't know. I
don't know why.
But the thing is, it doesn't always have to be positive though.
No.
Like the result doesn't have to be net positive.
No.
It could be net negative, and then the only positive was the lesson you learned.
Yep.
But that lesson,
it teach you for the next time or for whatever encounter that you have that it will require you to have that knowledge. And at the end of the day, it's one of the biggest yet worst hurtful fucking blessings to have.
Yeah.
Like, again, I swear, I didn't understand. Like, I was in a relationship one time. It was the worst shit that ever happened to me. Like, I was like, this shit almost destroyed every part of me. And then I thought to myself, like, I will never understand why I went through that shit. Never. So then time goes by, and then I meet someone that I'm enamored by. But the same exact fucking things it was like the same triggers,
You
the
saw
same
similarities?
So I was like, I already don't fuck with that, because I know I'm gonna be fucked up if I do that.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, even though I hated it, it helped me to avoid at least repeating the same thing again. At least repeating it.
It's crazy. I know. I feel the same way because like just where I'm a huge believer in like you meet people for certain reasons at certain times of your life. Like even with him, like even with the whole moving together thing. Like I could have easily moved in somewhere by myself months before.
I was just mad persuasive.
You was mad. But it was but the perfect timing. But even like me and him in general and stuff like that. Like, everybody just for a reason. Like I could have worked somewhere else. Ended up working at Walmart. Met a good friend of mine now. Like a few years later, he just so happens to edit. Now I'm doing YouTube. Now he helps me edit videos.
Yeah.
Like, everything is just like pans out the right way it's supposed to.
I swear.
And so like everything is even like I was saying, even if it's just life lessons and stuff like that. But I'm a real believer that like the people that cross paths with you in your life, they're doing
purpose.
it for a reason.
Yep.
It's for a purpose. So you're supposed to just take advantage of that.
Yep.
And then continue to grow either with or without them. But you always just gain something from those experiences and stuff like that.
Very much.
So
Everybody you encounter alters your life in some form or fashion. Whether they do it in a good way or a bad way, they give some sort of alteration on how you may view things, how you may go about doing things, or how you feel about certain things. It could be the slightest encounter though. You can walk into somebody, bump into them on the street, be like, "Yo, like what? Like, could you watch me?" And then that right there, no matter, not sure of what's to come of that situation, you get shot, or y'all could just become the best of friends. You never fucking know, but it changes it may not change the complete course of where you're going, but it changes maybe your thought process.
Will.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it does.
It like literally can, and I just find that crazy.
Yeah, I think when you come to that realization, the good part about that is like you stop like worrying so much, and that's what I notice about me. Like I don't feel stressed, and people don't believe me when I say it because they're like, I don't even how is that possible? But it just feels like it feels more like pressure, which is not the same. Have you ever had like the example I like to give is like, have you ever had a tire roll over your foot? It doesn't hurt. It just feels like a lot of
heavy.
pressure on your foot.
Yep.
But it's not pain. It's just like an uncomfortable feeling.
I know what you mean.
So that's when I get real busy, that's what it's like for me. But that's because like I'm not so I'm not trying to control everything. The reality is we don't really have control
at all.
We just try and like, it's like a game of like pinball. Like you just want it to go in this direction, but it might not though. You might hit it on the wrong angle.
Right.
And now it's going this way, but you try and recover.
You do the best you can.
Yeah, exactly. So when that just helped me like calm down a lot more. So like, I just dropped a video yesterday and I tried like a pretty experimental title and it did but it could have done horrible and that would have gave me feedback. I could have maybe went in a different direction next time. But it's like every decision I make just leads up to the next decision, but there's always opportunities to recover. So it's like and I believe I'm good. So that's also like a relief because I feel like I could just outperform people all the time.
You gotta have the mindset where you an undefeated mindset in order to be successful in anything.
Yeah, and I feel like I've lost that recently. I think I told you that, right, Lo?
What was that?
Like I lost I haven't been as tenacious over the last year, and I was thinking about it like last week. And I was like, I don't know why I'm making safe decisions. I was on a call with a bunch of agencies, and I even told one of the guys, like, I don't know why my brain just works in like worst case scenarios. So I just think of the worst case that could happen. And if I'm not comfortable with that and I weigh out like what's the odds of the worst case happening, saying worst case while I'm drifting is I hit a curb, my car flips and I die. What's the chance that happen though?
Right.
0.01.
Right.
Fuck it, let's have fun. So that's how I make decisions. You feel me?
Same.
So it's like, but I realized that way of making decisions is safe and it works if you're in a great situation. But in my life, I realize, like, especially because I look up to people like Chappelle, he just makes the unsafe decision all the time.
Period. Because I could lose this.
Exactly. But he's willing to risk it because what's his goal is just to have a real dope impact on people. So over the last week, I've been like kind of like retuning myself because there's no reason I should just be like, I should be so comfortable because I'm real comfortable right now.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm losing lots of weight. I'm feeling way better. My channel's doing better than ever. I'm diversifying. So it's like I have plenty of reasons to feel good.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm not gonna let that get me soft. And I feel like recently I've been soft. Have you felt that? Like, because you've been creating content now for like what, 3 years?
Yeah.
Is there times where you had to like catch yourself or
like, no, seriously, I don't know what this year, not just the year with just or the whole situation, but something emotionally, mentally, and physically has been it's like it's been pulling
weighing on you?
Yeah. But it's not, it's like sometimes I have to like make myself do stuff and I don't know, like I don't sleep. I don't know what the hell is going on. Like I don't sleep at all. Like I literally went to sleep at 6 a.m. this morning. I went to sleep at 6. I woke up at like 11. And then I went back to sleep until about 3 or 4. Like, and I've been doing this, like not sleeping.
I'm not lying. I did the fucking exact thing, those exact hours.
Are you serious?
Swear on my life.
No.
Swear on my life. I was watching Lucifer till 6 a.m. I slept on that beanbag chair.
No.
I woke up at like 10 and I was like, Waleed's not here. Waleed's in Florida. He helps me edit. So I was like, there's no point in recording more because he's not here.
Yeah.
I went back to sleep, woke up at like 3.
Oh my God. Like,
what are the odds of that?
I don't know what the hell, but it's been, my sleep patterns have been off, my energy has been off, and I've been like, my creativity has been weird, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I hate when it does this because it shows on my page, because it's like when you know I'm in the creative mood, oh, it goes. It just goes. It's a back to back to back to back thing. Yeah. And then like lately, I'll try to look for stuff to inspire me. I'm like, no.
You looking at quotes and shit,
Yeah.
or watching videos?
So I've been on this TikTok thing lately, right?
This thing.
Yeah,
some guy just came up to me and showed it to you.
He's like, yeah, I've been doing this TikTok thing. Have you guys heard of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's this TikTok thing that I've been doing. Now, again, I've been doing it for a little bit, like actually posting, but I post old content, I post new content. But, I've been kind of doing it, but I look at their creativity and I look at different ways of how other people can, utilize this app and these tools and this, and, how they, broaden the creative process of what tools they have on that app. Okay. Now, Instagram is totally different. Now, again, Instagram has a niche for making sure that they go and tap and bite anything that may be new. They'll go and get something so it can be similar, like Reels, like they created Reels to be similar to TikTok. And I look at this stuff and I try to incorporate that with my creative process. But like lately, I have been I don't know, but what I mainly do when I get like this, like, not as productive as far as in creativity wise. I start to really I spend a lot of time with God. I literally do. I spend a lot of time with God trying to figure out, all right, God, what's our relationship doing? Since everything else is on hold, we good? And then as I'm doing that, and then I sharpen my skills. Like I read up on my acting classes or acting, because I read this book for acting notes, and it's called The Intent to Live. It's awesome. It's one of the greatest books when it gives you acting techniques and things to go by. So I'll read on that and practice that, and I'll practice singing, or I practice little stuff that I really feel like I'm going to be doing in the future when I don't know what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. This is striking similar. This is wild. I'm not exaggerating.
Because I'll be
I'm
shit,
doing that
I
right now too. But not with singing and shit. Just with shit that I
what
think.
you want to do. Yeah. I mean, because it's only important. It's imperative that you plant the seeds at least.
Yeah, no cap.
Because if you don't plant the damn seeds, it's never gonna grow. So it's never gonna grow. Yeah. If you don't work on the craft or the skill that it is that you see yourself doing in the future, you're not gonna do it well.
Yeah. The two things I've been working on is comedy. I feel like funny people can last forever on the internet.
No, for real.
And I've never been formally taught that. I just kind of pick things up from comedians and shit I watch, and PC gaming, because streaming is huge now. People's getting serious bags, and there's two ways to blow up: is to be fucking top tier 0.0001% entertaining, which is hard to do and exhausting, or to be really, really good at the game.
Yeah.
Ideally both, and then you have Shroud level talent.
Oh man.
So those are the two things that every day I'll play an hour or two of Valorant or PC shooters, because I know I'm getting great numbers on streams right now, but if I want to pivot and now I want to do a shooter, and people not gonna watch me if I fucking suck. So those are a couple skills. So I've been doing that too. I have a different technique. I have a ritual where I have these 30-minute to an hour breathing exercises, and I go on a sprint for 4 hours where I work through a lot of my life issues.
Yeah.
And then whatever decision I make after those exercises, I feel like my mind is just on a million.
That's great.
I almost feel like I'm in what's the anime reference here, Lo?
Oh, I love anime. What?
Oh man. I don't know. What do you mean? You don't know what?
I'm trying to think of an analogy for just going full sprint mode. What is that on DBZ?
Super Saiyan, I guess?
Sure, yeah. I feel like I'm on Super Saiyan for 4 hours. So I just work through shit. So it's good to have a ritual when you feel you're kind of slowing down, or you get soft, or you're not as tenacious.
I agree.
But I kind of feel like that process is, I don't know, at least with me and you, I kind of feel like that's been just part of the process, because I feel like that's where you was at with
You pointing at me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, okay.
When you was at when you was doing the one game mode in 2K and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think the only difference is back then, I think that you understood that making a change was almost it was inevitable, something you had to do because how stagnant you were.
Have to.
And now making a change is almost something that you need to convince yourself to do because you're so safe in right now. So pivoting is something that is going to happen, but what you're doing right now is so comfortable. But I think being in those situations, I don't know, for me at least, because I remember that, I vividly remember it as well. I wasn't sleeping. It was actually one night, I say it all the time on the podcast. This was a night where my chest was thumping. I was just sitting up, looking at the doggone ceiling, chest thumping, because I knew I had to make a decision. And I guess just when you at that point where you ain't got really nothing to lose, being tenacious in your decisions is almost second nature at that point, because you almost kind of get in a fight or flight type of situation.
Very much.
And I feel like I think that's probably the biggest difference. Is that I think when you reach a certain level of success, being comfort is what you call it. But as long as you fight it back and stuff like that and come out, I always feel like you're going to come out better than you were before.
Oh, yeah.
And the decision that you make are way more sound, and it just opens up way more revenue and avenues for you to do certain things and stuff like that and be successful at it. But I don't know. I understand where y'all coming from. I wouldn't say I'm at that stage right now, but I definitely understand where y'all coming from.
I feel like you are. I don't know.
I hate it, yo.
I feel like you are, by the way.
I am.
I feel like you should have been tripled down on your second channel, because that's gonna be bigger than your NBA channel. I feel like you've already.
I don't think I'm losing sleep because of it though.
No, but you should be though.
Because
it's such a good opportunity.
You should not sleep.
No, for real.
No.
I'm gonna keep telling you, but I genuinely believe that is the ceiling on that is so much bigger. Unless I know you love basketball, because you be talking to people who don't know about basketball, and I'm like, this is a pointless conversation.
I like the basketball players.
All of them, huh?
No,
just some.
I don't even know their names.
You know LeBron though.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to know him.
Yeah, you know Sasha Vujacic?
No.
You don't know Sasha? Damn.
Yeah.
Why do you say that? Is it like he's a superstar or something like that?
No, but
Is he good?
No, he's a bench player.
No,
on the
he's a
Lakers
bench
10 years
player.
ago.
On years ago. Years ago.
He said 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Been a minute, but he's a dope player though. LA fans probably know him, except for like the LeBron bandwagoners.
Oh no.
I know who you are.
You know, at least he sat on the bench. I wasn't even in that hole.
Something. I mean, he just sat in the corner and shot threes.
I mean, he made some.
Well, that was his role. He played it perfectly.
But I understand what you're saying though, but I don't think. I mean, I'm assuming that part will definitely come because I just feel like it's all waves of how the process starts. Like you just get to that point where you kind of just at that moment of comfort where everything is just second nature and you can just wake up and just create. And then, like you said, where you kind of get to the point where you kind of just searching out for some type of inspiration to try to break the mode and do something a little bit different to kind of keep you pushing.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I had to be transparent, the only reason why I'm not. I mean, I can make the second channel video, but the only thing is because I'm actually afraid that it'll just become redundant where I am just making content. The content and everything I'm doing is similar to everyone else. And I'm really aimed on this idea of like, I need to separate myself from everybody else and what they're doing and not just following the path. And because I do not know once that happens, then I'm going to be kind of like where y'all at right now, where everything is just like you waking up and it's just a routine to create content. And like, even though it can be successful at it, deep down inside, you know, there's another way that I need to start pivoting and making certain directions.
I think it's because progress is deceiving. Like my channel's been doing incredible over the last year. I don't think nobody could have predicted like the ceiling was even higher.
Yeah.
But it's like you'll fool yourself into believing like it'll always be like that.
Yeah.
But YouTube is like I don't know how recently you hopped on YouTube, but it's like this though. So you had those ups, and then everyone's feeling themselves. And you know when you have your ups, like people would text me like, "Yo, video blew up," man. I'll be like, "Oh shit."
Everyone.
When I don't hear from someone for 2 weeks, I know it's a down.
It's a down.
Yeah, they keep that shit to themselves.
Facts.
It's like, damn, bro.
Yeah, so it's ups and downs. So the downs, it hits you, but sometimes you get like a down so serious, you're like, is this it?
Right. Or it'll be a constant kind of, it'll be a standstill sometimes. Like
that too. And that should tell you something as well.
Yeah.
So
it's a renewing time.
I remember like 3 months ago, I was like, every single time I upload a video, it just plateaus after like 4 hours. And I was like, nigga, this might be it. Like, this is tough. Like, but yeah, like you said, it's always ups and downs.
Yeah.
But I still kind of feel like when you are in that mode of like, you just created content for so long and it's just like this constant flow of production of you just, it's just kind of mundane and routine to you.
You could shake that up though, bro. That's up to you, man. You could
I agree. I'm not saying you can't,
Yeah,
but I'm just saying like I understand where y'all coming from. Where like you kind of just feel like I need to start breaking the mode and start pivoting, or at least using my time otherwise.
I can say this. I don't believe this has probably been the most peaceful I've been mentally. Maybe in like 10 years, and I say that because of the circumstances and things that I've experienced and gone through within the past 10 years of my life. All right.
What are you right now?
So I turned 25 in July. All right. So here it is. I've experienced a whole lot of shit within that time. And I think when I left my last job that was working with a corporate people and all this other shit, when I left that, I started when I was 12, interning at 12. Then I stayed there 13, 14, 15, 16. No, this was all unpaid.
Oh man.
No, so but see, it was
got
never
your foot in the door, so there's that.
Right.
Yeah.
That was the thing. It was like I did this for all these years. I get hired on 16, 17 years old, 16. I believe. I get hired on. And then I'm working and I'm making money. But it was 17 because I was in college. And I quit college because I got the job that I was actually going to school for.
How
you know what I'm saying?
Before you quit?
So like soon as I got the job, I was like, well,
no, like how long it took college though?
I did a year. So it's about like a year.
You did quicker than us.
Yeah.
We celebrate college dropouts.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, we.
Congratulations. You didn't need it.
College.
No, for real. Like, I didn't need this shit. I mean, look, Steve Jobs. Look at damn Steve Jobs.
He did it without one.
Do you get what I'm saying? I looked that up because I was like, damn. But I just wanted to make sure because it you're taught something and that's all you feel like you can't. That's what you know. That's what you go by. So when you see other people like, oh, you don't need school. You're like, oh,
They think of every fucking reason. I swear to God, they
swear.
come up with worse. But what if this happens? I'm like, Bro, do you need the shit? Do you need the degree?
No.
Then what are you doing? Why are we still having this conversation where people are paying out the ass to learn online? Because you're being scammed. That's what a scam looks like.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I got to teach myself how to do this shit on this computer.
Because
I'm
that's
paying
a
you.
fact too. Because most of the time you just teach yourself.
That's it.
So you could do that at home.
Look,
I
it
keep
could be
trying
way
to tell people,
cheaper.
like, if you're going to school for business, I don't need you to try and convince me. Because I already think you're wasting your time. You could be doing that shit already. You could literally, right? The amount of, so I went in uni. I was there for about like 3 years. And every industry people come in, they get speeches and shit.
Mm-hmm.
How every industry person come in and then the teachers are asking them. Teachers want us to drop out, I'm sure of it. Because they're asking the question like, if you had to choose degree or experience, all of them say experience. And so it's like after the 15th person, what am I doing here? Y'all trying to convince me to leave?
Right.
So eventually, you know what I'm saying?
The only
Especially if
thing
you're
that
working on some shit on the side. God forbid that blow up. I'm still supposed to stay here because you think that
because I'm gonna say no. I was going to
Waste of
school for
time.
mass communication and
Communication?
communication
I'm not gonna lie, that
journalism.
is the most useless degree next to film.
No, for real. Oh God. As soon as I got the job, I dropped out. I was like, all right, it's been nice. Shit, I got the job I'm going to school for.
Yeah.
Because see,
Crazy.
the only reason
That's so crazy.
the
I
only
got the
reason
job that I'm going to school for.
the only reason
That's crazy.
the only reason that you would have to go to school, like if being a doctor.
Yeah, because you need some kind of certification.
You want to, the proper schooling, all that shit. Now, you might be intelligent as fuck and you may know this, but you still got to go through what I'm
get the
saying?
paper.
Understand the laws and
Yeah.
certain things, whatever the case is. I understand that. I understand certain things. Now, I believe this. Hopefully they don't get no bright ideas to try to start doing this, but
You about to give out an
about to
idea?
say-
I know, because I don't want this.
We have idea thieves here, so you might not want to do that.
Okay, because
They'll take it.
I don't want my main thing is I would hate it that they made it requirements for people to be even considered.
Oh no, it's going the opposite way. You don't have to worry about that.
Good, because
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Facts.
Do you get
No,
what
no,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, you got to go to Juilliard in order to be accepted within the biggest acting community.
Oh, nah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Acting seems like the worst thing. Like, you don't need a degree for it. Formal learning is fine.
Yeah.
But a degree is like, you're doing this on your own.
Yeah,
Like, you're making the decision to improve.
Self-made, self-built.
So it's like, you don't need a professor to lay out a fucking syllabus for you to do that.
Yes, I agree. Internet was one of the best and worst, but one of the best creations known to man with people who were not built to swim trees. You get what I'm saying? Like,
No, I have no clue.
okay, great example. If you try to ask, if you've ever heard of this, you try to ask a fish to climb a tree, he's going to be a fucking idiot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm
Okay, I
saying?
Yeah.
He's going to be an
The
idiot.
analogy took some moment to connect.
But I don't ask fish to swim trees. It's internet gives you.
I don't think that's an analogy in hindsight. Like, I think you're misinterpreting an existing working analogy, but I get what you're trying to say though.
But you get me, because it's
Yeah.
like it's mainly like asking you to do something a way that mainly this knows how to do it.
Completely understandable.
So I feel like I didn't want to. The internet gives people more of a chance to be.
That's a fact. That's a fact because it's just
they're
so
better
many
at being.
opportunities.
Yeah.
Man, I walk into a garage and they'll see my cars and they'll be like, "So what do you do?" Because that's the question. They love asking, "What do you do?"
Mm-hmm.
And I've been lying to them recently because I'm tired of explaining it over and over again to people. But when you tell them the truth, they start asking like, "So how do I do that?" I'm like, "Man, you work at a garage where you mod vehicles that look like mine. We just record it. What are we talking about? Record it."
which
There's
is crazy.
people with millions of views per video.
Yep.
Just like Rich Rebuilds, Tavares, B is for Build, and all they do is rebuild cars.
Wow.
You are at a job where you already get paid to do that. It costs you nothing to start recording with a camera.
And then that type of thing. That's why the internet is such a great thing, because you can expand a brand and build a whole business.
Now you got your own garage. You're not working for someone else.
Oh my God.
So
that's why I respect and love the internet so much.
But that's
It
also
changed
the
my
reason-
life. It changed my life.
without a
That's
doubt.
Like,
also
for real,
the
for
reason
real.
why like college is, I don't know, like to me it's just stupid because they don't teach that in college. Like the idea, like ideology of like business and things of that nature is all like shit that was like 40, 50 years ago. They're not really teaching people how to like get it popping on the internet and
Hell
like
yeah.
that. And honestly, they really can't because a lot of that shit is organic growth. Like it ain't really, I mean, you can make a formula for it, but at the end of the day, a lot of it's just organic growth and you experiencing a lot of things. But that's, to me, that's the biggest reason why college is just, I don't know, it looking mad shaky. Like,
it's like, because certain things I didn't even know how people got into, like stocks and broker, brokerage firms and shit like that. I'm from the slums, no lie. I come straight from the hood. Everything I got it out the mud, and I worked my ass off for it, and I earned that shit. I ain't never had to lay on my back, be on my knees, or step on no toes or cut no throats to get what I wanted. And I knew that I wanted to keep those principles within me, so then whoever comes up behind me, I can tell them like, yo, this shit's hard, but it's possible, and you can do that shit. So, especially as a black woman, it's hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. Shit ain't easy, but it's something that I'm very proud of. It's something that I live by, because I know that, it's a lot of people getting it, but they ain't getting it with honesty. They ain't getting it with integrity. And so, when I watch people come from nothing, we don't have no idea on how to get into broker law firms and shit that know how to do and build millions of dollars from stocks and shit. We have no clue. When you come from nothing and you have no real strong education or no direction or people, no connects, no resources, you figure that shit out as you go. And the craziest thing was, I remember thinking young, like, how do you even get to know somebody who's within those rims of, selling stocks or doing investment banking when they sell buildings? And you got people that go in and do some crazy shit. Like, they be doing some real boss ass shit, but it be fucking corporate as shit. Yeah. And I had no idea.
It just feel like a whole different world that you don't have access to
at all. Yeah. Don't have a clue. And I didn't know if you got there through school. I used to even ask, like, well, who do you ask, or what class? Like, I used to ask this shit because I was like, I want to know that. There's no class. Nothing.
Which is so wild. It's so wild.
Like, the fact that there's like no financial class of like taxes and stocks and savings, credit, all that shit that actually makes people wealthy.
But even worse than that, even worse than that, low, is when there are. When I was in uni, in my second year, I tried to finish early, and I was always trying to overachieve. So I'd take like third year classes in first year and type shit. So I took a third year entrepreneurship class in my first year. I don't know why they let me do it. I had to like ask the academic advisor, like, you gonna let me do it, right? And she was like, oh, if you ask nicely. So they let me onto the class. They didn't teach me what like Series A, Series B. They didn't teach me like the process of like trying to get funding, how realistic it is to get funding. Like, they just definitions, VC, angel investor. They didn't teach me what the fuck to do. They didn't teach me what to do. They just taught me. I memorized a couple lists. I did a project where we put together a business proposal, and that was it. And by the end of it, because I was doing YouTube at the time, so I had a decent idea of it because I was making videos. Like, I had to do this shit by myself. But now knowing like where I'm at right now and all the brands I work with and the different ways even though there was a class for it, the class didn't even teach you how to do that. So everyone that took that class, like, they're gonna have to still go out and learn on their own. Yeah. Except they're not gonna be in debt doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Here's, so even crazier, because of the Rona, they got these kids on computers learning that. And a lot of that stuff you can just go on YouTube and learn
on that same computer,
on the same
without
computer,
paying for it.
Which is the wild. Like, when people go and they say they're going to school for like film and learn how to edit, and I'm like,
why?
I went on YouTube. I didn't go to school to edit videos. I just went on YouTube to figure out how to edit.
And even if you're like, but like me, I want to do like VFX for like Disney. But it's like, yo, I was like 12 when I learned about videocopilot.com. I don't know what the new shit is now, but there was a guy who was in the industry doing AAA shit that made tutorials, like 2-hour tutorials on how to do fucking Dragon, like, and VFX. He did it for free, or you could pay. Yep. Pay $50. I guarantee it's gonna be less than that textbook you bought.
Yep.
So it's like,
and the tuition.
All of that, and the living expenses,
right?
And then they're like, the food on campus is gonna be like triple the rate of regular food. I don't know if they had like a professional world-class chef behind the kitchen, but it's like none of that stuff is all. So it's like, yeah, the internet provide people with opportunities. So if you're good enough and you're smart enough, and really you just have to believe that it's possible. A lot of people just think like, that's not even for me.
The
like,
mindset.
Yeah, like they just. And I learned that a lot since I came to Georgia, because growing up, I went to a really good high school. Like, it was 7th in the state.
I was about to say, you're very articulate. You sound like you read.
Yeah. Well, I don't read, but I watch videos for shit.
Okay. I was about to say,
I used to read.
Because it sounds like it. It sounds like it.
So
Normally,
like,
I can pick up on that.
Yeah. So everyone I went to class with, like there was the occasional person that would just cause problems, but there was a guy that went to my high school, swear to God, all he did was cause problems, smoke weed, man, right? I went on Facebook, because I don't even be on Facebook like that, but I went on Facebook, the guy got admitted to a master's program, one of the hardest to get into programs in Canada. I was like, that was the guy that was supposed to like fail, projected to do.
He was supposed to fail.
So I was like, man, so I started scrolling, like, what the fuck is everyone up to? Everyone's popping off. But in my high school, everyone just believed that, like, oh, we're gonna take over the world. Well, you can, and so we just all believed we was capable.
Don't do it.
So I came here, and it's not the same here. I talked to a lot of people that they're like, cashier. I might be a manager. Like, I kind of want to be a manager.
That's it. Like,
I'm like, that's the manager. That's what
Sad.
you start.
It's so
that
sad.
cute. But you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. When I was in that working field, my and I hate to bring him up, but he was literally a doorway to a different fucking lifestyle, because he worked one job in his life, and he knew from there I don't want to work no more. All right, I'm never gonna work for nobody. And him having that mindset, young, and then trying to tell me that I need to have that mindset when I've been working since I was 12 motherfucking years old for corporate and for radio and for all of this shit. I'm like, boy, you crazy as hell. I can't just quit this job. Like, this is my source of income. I take care of my mother. I take care of my household. Like, this, I can't just, it's like, yo, you're going to be stuck to somebody else's clock on your time. You need to get, and it took me a minute, but it was once I was broken from the mindset of thinking that I needed to work for somebody to secure a check. Like, because I used to worry, like, well, where the money gonna come from? Like, what I'm gonna do? And then, of course, I got to the point where I just started trusting God. I was like, all right, God, I trust you. I don't know where it's coming from, but it's coming. So then it got to that point, and then certain opportunities, things like that came along, but it took me a minute. And I believe, honestly, I truly believe that right now that I'm in this stagnant energy at the moment to self-reflect, to heal, and to actually be able to grow in the new mindset that I have graduated to over the course of a year. Because again, I didn't know. I've always worked for someone.
Yeah.
Always. Now I made my own business. I launched my own shit. I did this. I don't know how to take care of taxes and shit. Yeah. So now it's like, I feel like, honestly, this is a stagnant point for me to understand who I am now, who I'm growing into be. Of course, strengthening all the crafts and the talents. And then, of course, learning who I am now that I no longer work for something, that I'm not in that same mindset, that I'm just learning like who I am now. So I'm like, damn.
That's part of the process. That's the fun part.
It's scary too, though.
It is, because you don't want to find out something like
oh,
man,
shit.
that's me. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Yeah, like I think a few years ago, like I realized like I didn't know myself at all. Like I had no clue like what I was like the pros, cons. Like I had zero self-awareness, and I just started working on that.
Really?
And then
just started working on that.
Yeah, literally.
What's your sign?
Taurus.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I know since time. It hit me like a man. So I don't know how it works here, but in Canada, like grade 9, 10 don't count. It doesn't mean nothing. It's just it just exists to waste time. But 11 and 12 is like, those are the years where if you fuck up, you're not gonna get into a good program. So when I was in grade 11, it just hit me like, I don't want to be average. And I was average at everything. I was average in class. The only thing I wasn't average at was at gym class. That's because everyone else was average. And so it was so easy to stand out if you just had like basic, if you knew how to walk straight. But it's like, so I was like, I knew that for a fact. So I just started to develop like a ton of great habits. But then you realize like you're so lost in the world and you have so many questions, and no one's really there to answer them for you. And then I moved out to uni, so I was there by myself. And you make some friends and you move in with some people, but you're most of the time you're answering those questions by yourself. So I think the last like few years I'm starting to like just the theories I've developed. Like I have plenty of theories I believe are the case now that I didn't even know about before. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have an answer for like, why do flat earthers exist? But now I know that they're just bored, so they create problems to entertain themselves. That's my theory. So it's like, so I'm learning things about me and about the world. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
that's the funniest thing, because you dead ass serious. No, it's the way you say it. Okay, it's like where flat earthers come from, as if it's like they determined that one day I'm going to consider that the world is going to be flat.
They do that.
Somewhere in the world, though. No, but y'all don't understand. It's something that for some strange reason, I am not a flat earther believer, so don't worry.
Okay. I'm relieved.
But I realized that they can be bored, but it's something that literally misinterpreted information that literally deterred a fact of some sort.
Like a lot of facts.
Yeah.
Like an overwhelming amount.
Like, no, seriously. And two, maybe it's just a theory. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's not. Then it's like no. Well,
but like skepticism is healthy. But come on, if there's like a evidence list, like it's all this, but just ask the smartest people in the world. But it's like, no, the astronomers wouldn't know. They shot the person into fucking space. How would they not know? Like I watched a stream 2 weeks ago of Elon Musk. I wish I could make this shit up because it blew my mind. I don't know why the chat was acting so normal, but apparently he does this very frequently, where he'll shoot a satellite into space, which is impressive enough.
Very much.
But then they'll catch the thing that, you shoot the satellite up and it comes with like the engine part. Mm-hmm. They'll catch that part to use it again. And they had like a multi-screen thing of like the ship. And I was like, why are we showing the ship? That's not even where it took off from. They caught it. They shot something to space and then caught the remaining leftovers, which blows my fucking mind. So then that guy that accomplished so much and sleeps at the job because he doesn't even want to go home, takes private jets to commute back and forth between his multiple tens and $100 million businesses. That guy is telling you a fact, and then you believe because you watched a YouTube video or a Facebook video. You know what I'm saying? Boredom.
Not yet.
Because it's like, what do moms in Portland have to worry about? Like suburban moms? Nothing. So they need something to do, and that's what they do with their time.
That's hilarious.
So, but I realized that though, and it's like at any point, new evidence could show up that I'll alter or improve on ongoing theories. Yeah. But like when I was 20, I didn't have no theories. Like I just didn't. I had no answers, and I was like, I don't know when I'm gonna come up with these answers, but it's like experiences.
Yeah.
You know
it's experience is what they say. It's a saying. I don't quite remember, but of course, experience is something that basically leads to wisdom. It's the thing that gives you the wisdom.
Yeah, that's why I love talking to old people.
I had this thing when I was a kid. I had to be like 5, my hometown. I would go and sit with old people and talk to them for hours.
Yeah, no.
Just for hours.
They're fascinating.
Like, I don't know. They know shit you don't know.
They're not.
I can't do that.
Why not?
Like I was in awe of my grandfather. I was in awe of my neighbor down the street, my neighbor across the street.
They have so many stories. It's unbelievable.
Oh my God.
They're most entertaining people as old people. Because they just live so much. They tell you stories and teach you something. Like they could do it all.
Yep.
Okay.
They tell you exactly why you shouldn't do something in a way to where they don't give you the full information because they know you're a child, but they give you enough for you to be like, oh, okay. It's like they don't want to fuck up your childhood, but they give you enough to where you understand, like, hey, don't do this. But when you get older, you do. Then you got something that just tell you straight like it is. I've had that too.
Yeah.
Those people in general don't fuck with those people. Just tell me.
Just tell me
people
what it
that
is.
tell you Santa Claus isn't real.
No. I'm talking about just tell me straight up how it is. Like just straight up like.
But at a certain age,
don't give me
though,
fucking soliloquies about like what the fuck.
Don't teach a 9-year-old about bills just yet. Like give him some more childhood.
Oh
before
my God. Oh my gosh. I was stressing about bills young.
Like I didn't even realize what a bank was for so long until I was like 15 because my parents
My parents never wanted me
to know that problems existed. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's not good though.
No, but I still learned them. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you had to be bold enough to just learn. I volunteered for the Pan Am Games, and that was such a dope experience because it's like it's like a second or third biggest sporting event, and they host it like every 4 years, like the Olympics. And I learned so much just like because everyone from all over the world came, and I was a part of the parade team, so you talk to people from all over. And I learned so much about because I had to bus downtown, and I never really bussed before because I just walked to places because everything was around me. So that was an experience. My parents never taught me that. They kind of shielded me from the experience of just riding a bus. That was fucking miserable.
I know what you mean.
But you learn though.
No, you do.
Now when I went to uni, I knew the bus experience was gonna suck, especially when I had to carry bags of milk back 2 kilometers. Or like, I don't know what that is, 1.2 miles. Like it was miserable.
Oh, no, yeah, that's awful. Especially a mile. Oh yeah. Jesus. No.
But old people are great though.
No, for real.
They're incredible.
Okay, I gotta touch on this because you said something.
You're incredible. You're my favorite people to talk to.
Oh my god.
There's no more fun than talking to an old person, man. Especially
It had to be like very open-minded old people.
Oh, okay.
Because like the old like
like-
traditional stuck in their
Oh
ways.
yeah,
people,
no,
I
no,
can't-
no,
if your
no.
grandparents are watching this, they're like pissed at you right now.
Well, he's not because he's old, traditional. He
And
does
he's not
be
gonna
on the
watch your
internet.
stuff.
That nigga's
You'd be
not gonna
surprised.
be
He
on
might
there.
just go, let's
Clip
see
it,
what my
guys. Send it to his
grandson's doing.
grandpa.
Oh, send it to his Twitter. What? Nigga's not online, bro.
You know what I'm saying? They'll send him the link to his mailbox.
And he'll never stop. Jesus Christ. And he'll never get online.
No, that's not bad. I mean,
It depends who you talk to. But I watched this guy on, he's like a CEO of an agency. He's called Gary Vee. I don't know if you heard of Gary Vee.
yeah.
Yeah. He always says like, you love talking to old people because when you talk to old people, you learn a lot about like regret. Because, I mean, there's plenty of shit you're going to regret by the time you're 70.
Yeah. That's a fact.
And so that's a lesson that it would be incredible if you learned at 20 or at 15. You might not really understand it, but just to be told it, you know, enough times will probably, you know what I'm saying, cause you to dodge a couple bullets that you probably would have walked in had you not like went in that trajectory and talked to that person.
I swear. I come to realize up to now, only thing I really regret is giving a fuck what people thought to the point to where it crippled me to fully do what I love doing.
Swear.
That's the only thing I've come to not realize that I truly, truly regret, because you don't get to stay young long. And I'm realizing that as I get older, I'm like, you know, I had this enthusiasm in this thing, but then when people came along and they said some mean shit, then it kind of made me like, well, maybe I shouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? It made me fearful of what I knew I was supposed to be doing anyway. You know, and if anything, I try to tell my followers, I try to tell people like younger than me, best thing you can do is not give a fuck about what somebody thinks of you. Make sure as long as your character is good, don't give a fuck. Because everybody's not going to like what you create. Everybody's not going to like what you do, what you love to do. Everybody's not going to like it. And you got to be okay with that. You will bring in the right people for who it is you are and what you produce and put out there.
Word.
So let me ask you this. I actually got to piggyback off a really good question. So like I believe in that as well. I think like probably the biggest obstacle young people deal with is like self-identification, understanding who they are, and loving who they are as a woman. Because I think as men, we talk about this a lot, especially like in relationships and stuff like that. Like what are the obstacles that as men go through, but we have a hard time, of course, identifying with women. So like, what do you think like something that as a woman you would want men to understand, like
about a woman,
or
just
like identification, loving themselves, the obstacles you had to go through and stuff like that. At least so men can understand, not to make it more difficult on women.
Oh, okay. So pride is a big thing that men deal with. This is what I've come to realize. Pride is a very big thing that men deal with, and it's really like you got to understand that pride is something that's so serious. It's something that God Lucifer casted out of heaven. So you gotta, and even if y'all don't believe, like, because there's not everybody that's gonna believe in that, and I respect it, but I'm telling you, whether you believe it or not, what's real is real at the end of the day. But you gotta keep in mind that pride is something so strong and so deadly that if you're not careful, it can fuck up things that was meant to be the greatest thing that ever happened to you, whether it's a woman, whether it's a friendship, whether it's anything. Pride is a real fucking killer. So my big thing on men with this is, first and foremost, the last thing you need to care about is what somebody else has to say about somebody you're with or who you care about. Now, again, some people do just look out for your best interest. They will look out for your best interest. If I'm your friend, I'm not going to want you to be with somebody who's fucking you up. You know what I'm saying? But also, we have men. I've been through this so much. It's sad. Okay, in a relationship, I was in my last relationship. He had people telling him, "You need to leave her alone. She crazy. She this. She that. She this." And he started doing different shit. Started going out, staying out late. Started doing different shit, and it was fucking up everything we could have had. Right. Soon as he literally got rid of me, like they suggested, every last one of them hit me up, trying to get up. Every last one of them. Every last one of them. And to this day,
that's the wildest shit
like
ever.
I'm telling you. So
crazy.
My main thing with men is if men didn't care how something made them look, when it comes to pride. As long as you don't care about how something makes you look.
Did you make him look a certain way? Is that why they were saying that?
No, well, he okay, so I loved him. He loved me. But at the time I was going through some really terrible things in my life. So I couldn't be myself at this time. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't be as good to him that I wanted to because mentally I was losing my shit. So my livelihood was at question. So he's trying to tell me, you need to stop thinking like this. I'm like, you don't understand. And I'm not understanding where he's come from because I've always worked. He's not understanding where I'm coming from because shit, he ain't never worked. So I mean, because I've always worked, he's never worked. So we're not understanding each other. Yeah. So it's stressful. So now, because we don't understand where we're coming from, because we've led 2 different fucking lives in 2 different fucking ways of getting things done, we bump heads. But it was never no cheating shit, never nothing like that. Cause I don't play that cheating shit. I don't even waste time. If I'm gonna like something else, I'm not gonna want you. And then once I make my mind up about something, that's it. Now, I can't say every woman is like that, but I will say that as long as you don't care that what your friends or what people think about you being good to a woman who's good to you, that shit'll work. Another thing, don't be worried about being soft, nigga. Cause 9 times out of 10, if your woman love everything about you, there's nothing to fucking worry about. You can keep that with,
we say soft,
cause like men, yeah. Yeah, like and not just vulnerable, kind, like courteous. Like for some reason, fucking when you do something nice for a girl, it's like, oh, you're gay. Well, no, actually, if you were gay, it would actually be, you're attracted to. It's simping. But I literally can't. When people say that shit, it makes me so mad because I'm like, y'all don't understand just how much a woman that truly appreciates being loved, like truly appreciates it. You don't know how much that makes her upset for men to make other men feel a certain way about loving a woman the right way.
If the guy buckles to that pressure and it's just bad feedback, because I mean, there's times where these guys have told me something and I'm like, I know, but you work against your better judgment. Yeah. So most of the time, saying they got your back, your friends, they should. Yeah. But if it's bad feedback and you buckle to the pressure, even though it's not the case, that's kind of on that person.
Yeah, it is.
I won't even blame their friends. Because friends are influenced, but I mean, saying you got to be responsible for your decisions.
Exactly. Yeah. They should. I mean, of course, again, they're a blessing to have, especially when they're genuine and they're real. But if you got somebody who's good to you, sometimes people, a good friend or not, sometimes they'll envy what you have, and you have to be careful not to let the pride that they'll like little things they'll put into your head, like, I see this nigga get her flowers and simp ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. You be like, damn, like, can I be good to the woman that's good to me? And I think that men really, really, really should look more into that. And then of course, y'all can be just as sensitive. Matter of fact, I've come to realize that men take rejection and stuff a lot harder than women.
Way harder.
I'm a man, and I realize I don't think that's true.
You don't think so?
No.
I've had men that tried to ruin my life because my answer was no. Now, mind you, like ruin my life, like tried to ruin my fucking life because my answer was no. And I'm like, this is the thing. My answer was no because I knew they only wanted one thing in particular. They only wanted to use me for a certain thing. So I say no, that you can't use me, and now you're mad at me. Yeah. You don't have good intentions for me, but now you want me gone because my answer is no. I won't let you use me. I've never experienced such spoiled entitlement and sensitivity before in my fucking life.
That's what that is.
I think the difference that you talking about is that I think a lot of women are afraid of being rejected, so they won't even try to begin with.
Because guys take like guys are like Kobe, like they just be shooting that shit. You know what I'm saying?
They don't even know if it's gonna work.
Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? Half court, 3 people on you, shoot that shit.
I think some niggas just try that shit just so they can like tell their friends like nigga, this is what I pulled off today.
And they cap about it too, bro. Yeah, they'll make it look very different.
Niggas are the biggest cap.
So I walked up to her, right?
Yeah.
She really wanted me, but you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy. There was a perfect example of this in the AMP speed dating video. So like everyone went on the dates, right? Yeah. And then what happened and what you told the guys when you got back to the room, even though we was recording, sometimes it was very different, bro.
Totally different.
You know what I'm saying? But like, it's storytelling. So, I mean, for me personally, we did it. Well, I did it for content purposes. So I just gassed it up like, so I told her this, right? And they'd be like, yeah. And then she said this, right? And it's like, yeah, but that's a video. We just getting gassed because, you know, entertainment.
Yeah.
But people do that in real life.
I know.
And when the camera's not on, they're out their mind.
Oh.
And I can see it too. Just like, I know they didn't play out like that. I can see your brain thinking.
Oh my God. That's pride though.
Absolutely.
It's pride.
Yeah.
God forbid people find out you get rejected from time to time.
Or right? Like you never took a no before. And it's not that bad. I mean, it hurts your feelings.
It shouldn't though.
But
really
it shouldn't.
Yeah,
It has nothing to do with you.
Sometimes it literally couldn't.
Literally
It
nothing.
has
Literally,
nothing to
sometimes-
do with you.
A lot of times it actually doesn't have nothing to do with
It don't.
you. I swear to God, it don't.
It has everything to do with the person that has the choice. It has nothing to do with you. It doesn't make you any less attractive. It doesn't make you any less fucking desirable. It doesn't take anything away from you. I realized, because you know, for some reason, when I like a guy, they never like me back. But I always get the ones, like, I normally end up with someone who I never, like, I told no several times. Like, no, the answer's no, 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 and no. Leave me alone. Like, no. I mean, I'm never that mean. But, you know, because I know men are very, you know, they think they're babies. So,
I mean, so serious. I swear niggas are like that. If a girl literally just yelled at him and said, no, nigga.
Get out of my face.
I swear the nigga will be heated.
He would hate women for years.
That's like an Atlanta thing, though. I just need everyone to know that. I don't think people are like that everywhere.
Really?
I mean, for real, yeah. I think it's heightened here and like maybe New York. Where like,
I'm gonna say New York is off the fucking chain.
I'm about to say, because niggas out in LA, they'll shoot you. For saying no.
See, exactly.
They be like, what you say? But you ain't all that. Boom, boom, then you gone.
Facts.
No, be like, because the answer was no.
I was like, what?
Not a shooting part, but definitely the whole like niggas get upset when they get told no.
No, facts.
All of a sudden, like they fuck with a girl, then you say no, and all of a sudden you ugly or whatever. I'm like, yeah, nigga, you just try to holler. Like, what the fuck?
I ain't that ugly.
That's what I'm saying. What the fuck?
That's how they like keep their ego intact, though.
Exactly. It makes them feel better about being rejected. And I understood that. When I realized, you know, it was a guy and it was somebody that made him mad. He's like, nah, fuck that bitch. She this. And I was like, that helps whatever hurt his feelings.
Facts.
That helps whatever hurt his feelings.
All it is. Before we go though, we gotta get the simp story. So
which one? Because I got plenty.
Oh,
no, I'm just like,
take the best
one.
one.
I don't think you playing. I swear, I actually don't. I don't think you're playing. I think there's plenty of niggas who simp to you over the years. And I think even you simped to a nigga before too.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, like, okay, so.
I'm surprised she just said it, yo.
No, I am not ashamed.
I swear, and niggas come on and say to me like, well, what is simping? Man,
I don't know. Just define it for me.
Yeah, I'm like, nigga, you know what that is.
No,
cut the cap, bro.
No.
See,
and they'll give like an example of some shit that's not like, does that count? I'm like, come on, man.
You done done
like, but see, that's the shit I'm talking about when like niggas, and we know niggas who actually simp.
Yeah, I would never do that.
And they what? You'll never simp?
Oh no, I would never deny it. That's what I'm saying.
Because you definitely.
Oh no, I would never deny it.
Definitely simp.
No, I respect men. I respect them when they can understand. Like, hey, it is what it is. No matter, regardless if she say yes or no. What I don't like though, I don't like a woman or man to misuse anybody that they know care about them. I don't condone that shit for no way, shape, or form. Like, say for instance, you like a girl, like you like her, and you simping. But you're basically being good to her.
Yeah.
And you're being really good to her. And then she knows she's not interested in you. But then she takes everything you do. She basically but then she's doing other shit and she really don't have good intentions for you. I think she's wrong. I don't care what nobody says. Any female that takes advantage of the kindness of a person's genuine intentions, there's a special place in hell for you hoes.
Now keep it 100. You ever did that before?
No, never in my life.
Okay.
Never in my life. I would never. If I'm not interested, I make sure that I let you know, like, hey, I'm not there in that. And I don't want to take nothing from you. Because I don't ever want nobody to feel like they were used when they dealt with me. Either whether I'm your friend or not, I'm genuine about who it is or the place that I'm at in your life. Like who I am to you, I'm gonna be genuine. Whether it be a motherfucking enemy, I'm gonna be the best one you ever had. And if I'm your friend, I'm gonna be the best one you ever had. You get what I'm saying? If I'm your girl, I'm gonna be the best one you ever had. Now, I might be a headache sometimes. I ain't gonna lie.
Why do you say that? You said that a few times. I'm kind of curious.
What, like a headache?
Yeah.
Cause I mean, shit, I'm moody. I'm like I'm everywhere.
I need a story now.
Okay, so I get bored fast, right?
Okay.
Oh man.
I have a short attention span. I like to do shit. I like to have fun, but I'm also a homebody, so I can be very much conventional, but it's a spontaneity that I have that most people don't necessarily understand. And like there's times where I can just like feel like fighting in a good way, not argumentative like type of way, but
you mean like verbally?
Like wrestle. Like I might just break out and be like, fuck you nigga, and then just start fighting your ass. If we fight and play shit, you know what I'm saying?
As long as you're not throwing elbows.
You know what I'm saying? Like this, you
Of
know,
course,
and then
fighting.
sometimes sex might jump in there. A lot of times sex might jump in there.
Oh,
but
okay,
you
of
see what I'm
course.
saying?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Or then again, then there's times where it'd be like, I don't feel like being bothered. Leave me alone.
This nigga agent look mad.
Bro,
Mad anxious in this story.
Nigga,
What's up with you?
it's a
nigga?
good story. That's why I asked for it. I want to know.
You was like, damn, it leads to sex.
He's like, no, but you know, I honestly, I feel all different. Like I seriously can go from one mood to a next within the next like 2 to 3 minutes, and I don't always understand it. It's a thought that comes to my head, and it changes and alters my entire mood, and I can't always explain it.
Is that like a personality trait or is that a condition? I'm actually.
I
I'm
honestly
not
don't know, and I literally, I swear on everything I love, I looked that up.
What did it say? What did WebMD say?
They said I might have severe borderline personality disorder.
They tell you got everything when you search online.
Don't they?
You got to talk to a person about
No,
that.
for real. No, but like even when I was growing up, I used to cry a lot.
Used to?
Yeah, I still cry, but not a lot. Now I just want to fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like the crying turned into aggression.
Okay.
It's like, you know, you get a little puppy, and if you hit the puppy, it's like when it's little, and then when you get older, you hit that motherfucker, and you want to bite your ass up.
Yeah.
That's me.
Alright, so
You see?
you
I mean,
good? Okay.
There's
But
that.
you didn't tell us a story though. You kind of just explained. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, a good story. You know what? I've had a relationship where, because I haven't had many relationships. Because I've always been very work oriented. I've always wanted a career over love. I've always wanted that first. Wow. And mainly because I know that I can obtain a career. You can't make nobody act right.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Very true.
You
Word.
can't.
And the
can't force
progress
that
for
shit.
a career is gonna be there regardless. And then when you break up with a person, all that shit is gone.
They gone.
fact.
And it's almost like you're a complete stranger to somebody that you dedicated time, your life to. And I would much rather do that with something that you're going to respect and know, and I'm gonna leave behind some shit than to leave it with somebody, especially if they didn't care about you in the first place. Oh my God, I'm real big on that. So I've always been very work oriented. I even prayed to God and was like, God, please keep me on path that I don't fall in love and get entangled with someone who gets me pregnant and I lose track of everything that I ever, like I prayed about it. Like that's how bad I knew I wanted this career. All right. So I was serious. But I've had two real relationships, and I say two like this because I had one where it was substantial. I learned a lot. It was my first love. I learned, but
how old were you then?
I had to be, I was 16, 17.
Oh no.
Okay.
Why you say no? That don't count.
I don't, anything before I was like 20.
It don't count, right? It's like, but that was like within that time. I lost my virginity at 18 years old, right? That was my real like experience with love, first time. Then after we broke up a year later, I experienced the first real fucking relationship I'd ever really experienced, like toxic. I loved him more than I loved myself, which was one of the biggest mistakes anybody could ever make. But you're young, you don't realize that.
Yeah.
You know? And I did that 2 years. Then I did another 2 years with someone. Those were my, But my
Sound like you've been in a relationship more than you've been single. Like you've been, because you're only what? You're 24 right now?
well, no, I'm 25. I'll be 26 in next year.
You're 25 right now.
So, but look, if you look, okay, 18. I was with him for a year. Took my virginity. He broke up with me.
Mm-hmm.
And when he went to school, he went to another school. Boom, he was gone. That broke my heart. But he left me before anyway because he really wanted to do other shit. But that was still hurtful. All right, so 19, I go to meet the next guy. But this is like the ending of the year. I meet this guy. We're together till I'm 21. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Yeah.
So we're together till I'm 21 years old. The hardest, most awful relationship of my life. All right? Then a year goes by. I meet my ex. Well, I consider him my ex still because any other little relationship, it wasn't as heavy. Yeah. Like I lived with this guy. Like we were together 2 years.
Word. You guys moved in together?
Yeah.
Okay, so
like
that's
we
serious.
lived together. Yeah.
All right.
So we were together 2 years. And we broke up a year ago. But, yeah. No, it's been some time now. It's been a little time. So we broke up a while. It's been a while.
Time-wise, that makes sense. About a little over a year.
Damn.
You said you was like 25 going to 26.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been about.
So we were together. After dealing with each other, the first year was smooth. It was fun because I was in a relationship, but it wasn't as deep. The conditions of my life at the time, it wasn't so bad. It was bad, but it wasn't so bad. The second year into our relationship, the conditions that my work established, it really fucked with me in every way, emotionally, mentally.
Is that the radio place?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it really fucked me up for real. I ain't gonna lie to you. There was times where it got so bad. After me and my ex broke up, I was like, you know what? That was probably the only good thing I had going for me, as far as as a person, but a person in my life that cared about what I did, invested into something that had nothing to do with him, for real. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when you can invest in something that has nothing to do with you, that's one of the most selfless things that a person can do for you. And for him to have been able to do that for me, I didn't realize how good that was until he left me. And I ain't mad at, I feel like he should have left me because at the time I couldn't love him the way that he needed to be loved. Though I loved him the way that he wanted to be, I couldn't love him the way that he could feel it. And so, but in the beginning, the relationship that was my best friend. Like that was my nigga. Like that's how I feel. Like to this day, I still that we're broke up and he's living wherever he's living or whatever. I still be feeling like, yo, why you ain't tell me that you went such and such place? And it's never on no cause I want you. It's like, nigga, I thought we was better than just than that. Nigga, you don't understand. You changed my life. So I see you closer to me than a lot of family members. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's not because I have love for him, but it's not because I'm in love with him. It's because I have love for him. So when people, I'm big on holding on to people who contribute to your life in positive ways that they didn't have to. And I couldn't love him the way that I felt like he should have been loved. So I feel like he'll always have a certain loyalty from me in a way because he deserved it. And I couldn't give it. I don't know how to explain that exactly. But anyway, to go to you. We had best friends. We were the best of friends. Me and that nigga talk shit. We roasted each other. There'd be times where, and I believe he was moody too. Not as much as me, but it was up there. The motherfucker was, you know what I'm saying? He was up there.
Okay.
No, he was moody as fuck. We roast each other. We play, get mad. Not often though. Not in the beginning. We do funny shit. He's the king of not fucking caring what the fuck a person thinks when he does shit. But the funny thing is, he do though. It's all right, Brian. Anyway, so he can go out in public and do some fucking stupid shit and it would embarrass me. He would literally embarrass me doing shit a lot of times. Cause I'd be like, yo, you need to call it. But it'd be so fucking funny. That nigga was my nigga. But then it got to a point where when life was really fucking with me and I didn't know how I was gonna take care of my mother, cause my mother was into a car accident and she became disabled and I started taking care of her on my own. So here it is, she can't work and I'm making money, but now things are starting to change at the job. Things are starting to get weird. And I'm scared now because I'm like, I ain't never done nothing else but work this job since I've been fucking 13. You get what I'm saying? I've been here since then.
Yeah.
So then things changed and it got a little toxic because not little, it got fully toxic. So I had the best of both worlds in a sense. I had a very fun, loving, learning experience, and then that shit was trash. Shit was trash as fuck after a while. But not him as a person, just the experience. It was trash. But a lot of it was me. I had to self-reflect and come to learn that. Yeah.
I love asking that question. Like, I ask women that question all the time, and I never really get a real answer because people are like petrified of being real with themselves, or let alone just telling you who they are, especially off rip. So I ask off rip, I'm like, why did your last relationship end?
That shit ended because first and foremost, it got toxic. It got to a point where respect was gone.
Okay.
Respect left.
No, I just want to make sure like you ain't gonna say nothing crazy.
No.
Gotta say nothing
Look,
crazy.
I'm gonna be honest as fuck.
You be honest. You ain't gonna
No,
say
but
crazy
respect
shit.
was gone. Respect was gone. And shit. I swear, after the respect left, then it got to the point where like, oh, you disrespect me. Now I'm finna start throwing these hands, and then shit got real fucked up. And I mean, it just got the disrespect is what made it really go.
How long ago was it like that for?
The last year. Well, we wasn't physical a whole year. It was like nothing like that. Yeah, nothing like that.
Nah, yeah, you're right.
Like the last 6 to 8 months of the relationship, that's when things got the real worst. And we got to the point where like I see him sometimes, I'll be like, and he see me, be like, and I could tell he hated me just as much as I hated his ass. But it was like I still loved him. I still wanted to be with him, but we just wasn't happy. And it got that bad. But it wasn't, I don't regret it. Only thing I regret out of that is mistreating something that loved me. That's the only thing I regret. I'll never forget how bad that made me feel to know that I allowed people who care nothing about me from a job I don't even work no more. I allowed them to make me internalize how they treated me to the point where I would go home and mistreat something that waited for me to come home, that loved me, that invested in me, and that did right by me. And I let them make me that upset. I allowed it. And that's the only thing I regret. That's why I really don't give a fuck about what people think now. Like that really taught me that.
Yeah, it was crazy. People say that, and I have a feeling
I mean
get that vibe
with
from
my
you, but
soul.
it's not like a toggle though. It's not like a yes or a no. It's like a spectrum. You feel me? And like, if you're capable of feeling embarrassed, I feel like you still care. And humans care because we're social. And then you don't want to be by yourself, like dead, like isolated. Like don't speak to nobody. You lose your mind. Humans aren't geared to do that. Yeah. But I regularly just try and do shit that make me feel like out my comfort zone frequently. So we did a video with a group of people. It was an A&P video. And we needed to like walk up and get reactions. And like I was walking up a decent amount. We was wearing like Walmart fits. We had to ask women to rate our fits. So it was like, a little nerve wracking. But on top of that, what I'm saying, it's being recorded, and then you already know everyone's gonna react to this shit. So you don't want like a bad take or nothing like that. So it's like it's on your mind. I'm walking up to a decent amount of people. Phantom's walking up to a decent amount of people. But then one of our friends, Kai, just like did not give a fuck. And you get that energy from him like when you watch his videos. But to see it in action, I was like, man, I don't know.
It's bold. It's bold.
Yeah. And so he kind of like got everyone up, even the guys that weren't even asking, because like it's like, man, we just watched him do it. So what are we doing now? So it's like that's something I always try and work on because I feel like it's a muscle in that if you don't do it, like if you've been comfortable for too long, now you're afraid to pull up and just introduce yourself. So I always just try and keep myself on. I do shit all the time that's like weird, just for no reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? I pull up like in a bonnet just because, and I already know people is judging.
They got
but
something
I don't,
to say.
Yeah, I don't really give a fuck. But that's light shit. I watched the video. It was this TED Talk I watched when I was really, really like petrified of what people thought. This was like 4 years ago. And he recommended just laying down in a trainway station, like on the floor. And he said like after Because no, not on the tracks.
I was about to say.
Just
Like kill yourself,
Yeah,
basically.
Why?
You care about what people think? Go kill yourself.
because just any populated place, because you quickly realize how little people give a fuck about you when you're doing the weirdest shit and nobody still cares. So it's like you have yourself convinced. Like I'm walking and I'm like, oh, she. What does she think? What does this person think? You like, they're not thinking about you. They don't care.
Nope.
They do not. In fact, you will never ever see them again. So it really don't matter regardless. But it's like people know that. I feel like they hear it a lot of times, but the actual practice of getting uncomfortable is, I feel like, the most useful thing you could ever do. Because you're right. I feel like a lot of people start to realize that, but like, how long before you? Because it's like if you realize that at 40, you gonna feel like you missed out on some shit.
You missed out on everything. And I will say, shit. If I hadn't been tortured, it probably would have took me a lot longer. So I'm grateful. Because again, it took people to literally treat me like I was not shit for me to understand. Like, fuck what they think.
Right.
Like when I realized, I really knew it's fuck what a person think. When it comes to their criticism, if it's not constructive, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'd be careful who I listen to when it comes to that shit. Because if I don't know you, then your feedback is actually largely useless to me, and positive or negative.
Yeah.
So there's like a handful of people, maybe like 7 people I'll reach out to when I really want to know some shit, and they'll direct me to a person that they might trust, that might know, because they won't guide me incorrectly.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You perform. It could be whatever. It could be work. I mean, maybe you're just a good or bad friend. And you let the people that you trust give you feedback, and then you act appropriately. I love asking people for advice that I think might know some. Because sometimes you be knowing the answer, but you don't want to.
You want to make sure you need validation to a certain degree in order for you to understand the path you're going and what you're doing, and if you feel right about what you're doing and how you're doing it, whatever the case may be. But when you get to, because I'm big on, like, even reading like negative comments or something like that. People are like, oh, you trash. I don't listen to shit like that. Anytime somebody just got an ultimate conclusion about who the fuck, an ultimate conclusion on who they think you are, I don't take that into consideration, because it's like, unless you're telling me like, hey Dom, I like your content, or I don't like your content. If you actually did some more of this, or be more creative, or did this, or like at least gives, like, if you're not going to be constructive in a way to where you would feel like it would better my craft, your point is useless. It's useless.
I just want to let everyone know real quick though. It hit backboard, it hit rim twice, and it fell out. Really close.
It was not.
Why do you keep fucking lying on this podcast? Why?
We're close.
All right, here's the impartial third party. What did you see?
So it hit the rim.
It did, okay.
And what else it hit?
The floor.
The floor, exactly.
But that's after it rimmed out.
After rim.
They said it hit backboard, hit rimmed
Hit
out
backboard,
twice.
hit backboard, and then it hit rim, and then it
Oh,
fell
backboard
out.
is the wall.
Yeah.
Facts. Okay, it did.
So what
it
the
did,
fuck
okay,
are you
it hit
lying
rim.
about?
It hit the thing, but it didn't go in.
But it was close though,
But
right?
it was
didn't go
it was
in, did it?
close.
All right, cool.
It was close.
I'm glad we have a third party today, because he be lying.
It was
And people,
it don't.
no, because they keep asking for a camera there because they think I'm airballing everything, but I'm close. I'm close.
You're not
it was
airballing everything.
No, that was not
Which
airball.
You are like 4 for 64 right now.
But it don't matter. That was close.
4 for 64.
Don't let him lie to you.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Dominique, don't let him lie to you.
He
He's
is.
lying right now. Sorry.
You are. He is. What am I, like 3 for 5? Exactly.
I think you're like 2 for 4 or something.
He said 4 for 64.
That's not even a cap either. You really
Nah,
are.
I do miss a large
lot.
majority of them.
Yeah.
You gotta keep shooting. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Are we gonna-
facts. That's facts.
We can do speed round real quick because they ain't trying to make it over 2 hours.
Okay.
Still gotta get a sim story. It's something we just do with
Oh,
everybody.
yes.
Let's start with that.
Sim story?
Facts.
From when I simped?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
Actually, it might be better the other way around. But I'm kind of curious when you said.
Okay, so this is okay, so
Yeah.
there's this time I'm in a relationship. I like simping in a relationship. When I feel like I can trust you, I'll simp.
But it's not really a simp though.
Yeah.
Is that oh you mean like outside? Like no relationship? Like it's like just a guy?
Like, it's like-
Wait,
nigga
you
that
can't
you-
simp in a relationship?
I don't believe. I think like simp is when you show attention to someone that really don't show it. Like what you said before. with
show
a girl.
show it back.
Yeah. Have you ever done that?
Yeah. I believe so. Yes. Okay. But it wasn't like a big simp. It was just like, hey, what's good? And then if you don't hit me back, it was like,
How many times you text?
Oh no, I only text like one time.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
so
like
that's not crazy.
but it's only because I'm more of a thought to where I think like the moment you don't respond or you have nothing to say, then they really don't want to be bothered with you.
Facts.
That's how I feel. You really don't fuck with me, so okay, I'll back up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah,
you're not really high on the simp scale.
I'm not. I don't do a lot of now in a relationship. I'll simp.
But yeah, I don't think that's really simping.
Okay.
I think when your nigga and you and your nigga like vibing together and stuff
Like,
like
and
that,
we close the shit. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do like dope
you
ass
do,
shit.
yeah.
Okay, no.
All right, so how many niggas simp? Well, what's the wildest simp story? Like a nigga tried to simp to you and did a whole bunch of extra shit, and you really weren't fucking with him.
Okay, so again, I'm real big on making sure that nobody feels used with me. So, if a guy
control it off.
like for real. So like, if a guy say like, hey, you know, I like you or whatever, I'm like, oh, thanks, I appreciate that. And then if he starts doing like a lot, I'll be like, look. But I've never let
what's
somebody.
The a lot, though? What's the a lot?
Yeah, we need the most a lot story you have.
Yeah, the most a lot. Like if a nigga just came with roses and you're like,
Okay.
I'm
gonna give you a sim story. Okay, it's a guy. No, because I ended up actually falling in love with him. And this is the crazy thing. Yeah, I ended up falling in love. I actually
Say less.
Yeah, no. Like I ended up falling in love with him. He wouldn't take no for an answer. All right, he would not. And but I felt like we were really great friends, and I didn't want to fuck that up. But I felt like an attraction, but I was like, no, because if you don't have good intentions and you want to play with me, I'm gonna have to fuck you up. Okay, you get me? So, but again, I literally avoided this man. I would run from him. It'd be like, come on, Don, let's do this. Come on, you want to come out with me? Just come on. Like, no, I'm not tonight. I can't come tonight.
What do you do?
Okay. Well, he always texts me and be like, yo, why you ain't texting me back? Like I'm supposed to.
Okay.
And then
he'd
be like, he'd be like, you need to come over or come over. Can you come over? And I'm like,
he would double text you that?
No, he definitely. And then if I didn't text back, he'd text me like, why you not texting me back? This is shit I be talking about. I'm like, why are you trying to make me like text you back? And what else? I mean, he was just very forceful. Very forceful. He would not take no for an answer.
That's not okay. That's a little.
Is that simping?
That's simping, but
that's like a 3. That's like a 2, bro. That's like a 2.
You think so? I mean, it was so forceful. It ended up making me actually have feelings for him.
But I mean, but you really.
You know what I'm saying? I've never had a man like so adamant before in my life.
Don't say that in front of these niggas right here, because I swear.
Yeah, these niggas. I'm about to quadruple text tonight. You gotta inspire these guys.
I'm sorry. No, I'm telling you something. Okay. Let me tell you something that women, I mean, unless the woman is just like, yo, stop fucking texting me, yo, I'm not fucking with you. Like, unless she like scared of you at this point, 9 times out of 10, you can get the woman you want.
Nah, that's
these
bad
niggas
advice.
about to be
I'm telling you the truth.
Because I'm
telling you.
Hey,
I swear, these niggas
alone.
That's
bad advice.
Yeah, don't do it.
Because that might be you though, but that's bad advice. Nah,
I'm telling you.
Yo, bro, if she can't text you back, then she's not interested. I swear to God, you'll be wasting your time.
No, I agree.
Swear,
I agree.
You will be wasting your time.
I agree.
If you
your
can't
best bet is to get face to face with her ass.
Yeah.
Okay,
wait, hold on now.
Pause.
Wait, no, because then you're just gonna start pulling up on people. You gotta stop.
Yeah, stop.
No,
Hey,
don't just pull up on her.
Okay, wait. Hey, this is
no,
good. If
no,
she can't even text you, yo, if a girl likes you, she'll be excited to text you back. That's great advice. So is she not? Yes.
But you gotta keep in mind though.
No, because I didn't think that about myself. I used to tell like, nah, I just be busy. And I do be busy. But if I really like you, then I'm texting back. Hold on.
That's facts. You texting back if you really like a person.
So don't waste your time. I swear to you, you stand better chances just standing outside a parking lot asking for numbers. Because you'll be wasting more time trying to quadruple text her than doing that.
Okay, no. Listen. This, I promise you. I promise this. I'm not going to lead you wrong. I'm a woman, I promise. But this is one thing I will say. You have a better chance. You have a better chance at playing friend. Like, not friend zone. This is
not
friend
advice.
zone.
This is worse.
No,
listen
to me.
This is worse.
Just listen to me. Okay, I promise. This is the best bet. Being cool, associate yourself with this person. Not often, but you want to do more contact face to face with this person. So say for instance, if y'all go to the same school, whatever the case is, or if there's a way that you can have interaction with this person commonly, like often, you have a better chance of that person having and developing more feelings for you.
No.
But what you want, what you don't.
You have to stop lying.
Okay, I promise.
Wait, Dominique. This is what. Finish what you're saying.
Okay, listen. So then,
Stop.
I promise you guys. I promise.
Okay, listen. I
want them to
believe
play
you.
the long game.
I believe you,
The
but that's what
longest-
that is.
that's
It
the
could literally take
longest-
years, and the shit had to work out though. Like she had to be out of a relationship,
Facts.
and she has to be like bored, and then see you and be like, "Fuck it, might as well."
Not bored.
And it's not gonna line up like that. I swear, it's not gonna line up like that.
Okay, a lot of times. Okay, it could go wrong,
A lot of
but
times.
what couldn't though?
No, it's not that it's gonna go wrong.
Okay.
It's just that it's gonna take so fucking long.
I mean, what are you doing it for? The ass, or you want an actual connection?
Niggas is doing it for the ass.
Okay.
Let's not
Oh,
keep
well,
it a
then if
bean.
you just
Wait,
want
wait,
it
wait,
for
wait,
the
wait.
ass, then you don't deserve it.
But it don't matter if they deserve it or not. This is like, it doesn't matter if they deserve. Wait, how many times people get in relationships and they ain't deserve to be with the person they were?
I
First of all,
agree.
that's subjective regardless. But I'm saying like if she's not interested, then there's like other women. You know what I'm saying? So
No,
it's like
facts.
had there been no other women, your advice would have been great because you have no other option. But there's so much.
But
other
some
women,
people
so it's
want
like,
who they
It's
want.
not even a scarcity of women.
But that's
Nah, that's true. It's like
How
at
do they
least
know?
It's a
seven women to a man.
how would they know that you're what they want? Like, let's say someone trying to hit you, right? How would they even know that off first glance? If I walk up to you and you say, "Nah, I'm not fucking with it." I don't know you enough to know if you're what I want.
Right. That's
So
facts.
you're basically telling this nigga
But
to be in front of
again,
him
that
as much as
oh,
possible.
no, okay. So this is to get to know a person because again, like we were saying, you don't know if you really like this person or
You gonna
not.
have niggas stalking you. I swear.
Facts.
Niggas gonna be like, "Oh,
Facts.
this where you going?
Facts.
Nah, man, I'm about to go
Facts.
pop on
No.
real quick."
God forbid they
No.
find out where you shop at.
Oh
They be
my
there.
God. No,
Hey,
no,
I know
okay.
Dominique pull up at 4 p.m.
They'll bump
tonight.
into you like, "Oh, is that Dominique?"
Like, listen, no, okay.
Do you want to be
Crazy that
friends?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Shut
Isn't that
up,
crazy
y'all.
that
Okay.
we just bumped right into one another?
That's so wild. Let's be friends. I don't even see you like that. Let's just be friends.
Okay.
That's the wildest shit in the world.
I promise. That's exactly how a person
that
even
happened
gets me to
but
be
here's the
remotely
thing,
interested.
That happened to me before where I was just friends with the person, but you have to be not attracted to
too.
them for that to work out, at least in my experience.
I agree.
And so how is that the person you want if you're not attracted to them? If you
You
are
don't know how to
attracted,
contain that? You don't know how to hold that in?
it's not about containing it. If I'm attracted to you, I'm gonna just keep shooting shots until you're so tired of me that you're like, no, there's no point in this. But that's just how it works, though. But in high school there was a person I was really good friends with, and then one day she just told me she liked me, and I'm like, oh my, because I didn't see it like that, but she didn't see that.
You've never seen it?
No.
I guess I read people.
But I was in
well.
high school, though, so-
Not read. I wouldn't say read, but I feel things well.
Yeah, but I was in high school, so you know what I'm saying. I didn't know.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll probably still get that wrong now, but people get that wrong all the time. The amount of stories I heard is like, man, she was my best friend. I don't even know. Like, I thought we established. Like,
Yeah.
But so
I've been on the
it's
other side
possible,
of that.
but it's
no, it's a no.
years.
What you mean, the friend side?
Yeah, I've been on the friend side, and then like I read it wrong, and I made a move, and it was a no, and then like I felt like I just fucked up the whole friendship. And it's like,
Yes, yes.
that's a no. Like,
Because
don't
then
be.
the stakes are high. You know what
The
I'm saying?
stakes are so high. Like you're building all this shit up in this friend relationship just to get at the fucking top.
She
and
literally
then
coming to a realization.
Listen, this is what I come to realize, okay, about women in this moment.
All
9 times out of 10, if you're good friends, all right, y'all friends and y'all cool. If she does like you, she's 9 times out of 10. If y'all friends enough, she will make the first move.
Wait, what?
She will.
That's worse though, because
No.
now I'm waiting.
Okay.
Like, is tonight could be the night? I don't know. It's just us. It's 9 p.m. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
But again, I swear, but you'll have to learn, like, if you got feelings for this girl, whatever the case is, and you don't want to fuck up the friendship, be okay with being the friend.
You would
Be
have to be the
okay with being the
But
friend.
niggas are not.
you would have to be the most passive guy of all time.
I swear, because like niggas are already taught to make the first move. So this idea that we're waiting on her to make the first, that's wild as shit.
But y'all can just, I mean, if you're friends, it won't necessarily feel that way. But you gotta genuinely be her fucking friend.
If you have friends that watch this
asking a
podcast,
lot.
they
I'm about
might-
to say, you're
about to lose a
asking,
couple
yo.
friendships over this.
Y'all just see,
Yo, that's very
okay. You have to
unrealistic.
really determine whether this is trying to be in a relationship with this person or just trying to fuck. All right, there's two different things there. All right. If you're trying to have something substantial with this person, being their friend first is actually the most important part.
I agree. I understand where you're coming from with that. But what I'm saying, you're trying to think you're making a point, but you're not
Actually,
actually.
like, yeah, you heard that.
But you're not actually making a point. You're actually not making a point.
I did.
I understand what you're saying. I understand you want to make sure you build some type of relationship that's a strong standard and base so y'all can continue to grow. What I'm saying is you playing the friend role, and in the back of your mind, you subconsciously thinking like, oh man, I can actually see us together. And then you build this thing up with the hopes of it actually being it. Then you're just getting to this point of there's gonna be a tipping point where the niggas like I want to know what's actually going on. And so while at the height of his emotions with this girl, again, they're actually friends. That's cool. But
okay, you got to also keep in mind too. I want y'all to know this. If you're friends with someone, they're learning who you are as a person. They're learning what you like to do and all this other shit. They're learning you. Right? They're genuinely learning you.
Okay.
They're going to see your good and your bad.
Okay.
So then you guys have something way more substantial within just that friendship. So then as they get to learn you and know you and y'all really are friends and they trust you as a friend, if it ever comes, if y'all come to the point where, because I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of hard for a woman and a man to just like have that type of bond and it not ever come to a term where y'all thinking like, okay, I think we might need to go ahead and make this shit official. I don't think that happens. But again, if you have good intentions for her and same for her for you or whatever the case is, y'all being friends won't be it won't ever be like something like you feel like you're waiting for, because you're actually spending the time and knowing this person and it's like that's my nigga, like that's my nigga. Now, if you only want some sex, your motherfucking ass is gonna be mad.
I get everything you saying, Dominique. And basically what you're asking is for a bunch of niggas to be very mature with the decision that they make.
Please?
With their dick.
Could you do that?
What I'm saying is you're asking for a lot of unrealistic shit.
Why is that unrealistic? That's a characteristic. That's a character.
Niggas are horny. What the fuck are we talking about?
Unless they're not attracted
then
to you.
fuck women that you don't that only care about having sex and only wants to have sex.
But I like being around you and cracking jokes.
But I gotta give you some ass.
You don't have to.
You ain't
That's
got
the
to,
thing.
but that would be nice.
But then it'll change the dynamic if you're not trying to just be a genuine friend.
I get
It'll
it.
change the dynamic regardless, though.
Only time the dynamic won't change is if you genuinely create a real friendship.
But you don't think it'll be weird after that, where you're like, oh, this nigga he actually likes me. Like now it's like she actually likes me.
Okay.
She likes me more. Like
you don't want nobody to like you more than you like them.
That's what I'm saying. Like you don't want to feel like, because you get a stage of like vulnerability.
That's not fair to the guy though. No cap.
What, to be friends and then?
Yeah.
What you mean?
But think about it. You just said all this stuff about like impure intentions. Like that means he never told you his intentions was like he wanted to
have sex
be in a
with you.
relationship. It could be whatever his intentions are, but he's
Okay.
not telling you that though.
9 times out of 10, y'all don't want to be in a relationship. Y'all just want the benefits of having relationship
We
things.
actually want to be vulnerable with all these women.
Facts.
All of them?
Dominique, the women that we entertain, we want to be vulnerable with them.
That's a fact.
Y'all just don't take us serious. That's a problem.
Because then as soon as you get what you want, you're off to the next thing.
You're generalizing a lot.
Yeah,
Okay, that's not for everybody.
Yeah,
but 9 times out of 10, that's the case. That's okay. What's the term? It's not the exception. It's the rule. All right. So the exception is you get a guy who really wants to get to know you. You like him, he like you, and y'all have sex, and he stays the same, and he really wants to be with you. You find somebody like that. That's the exception to the rule.
That's the exception.
That's exception. That's the sad part. I tell no lie. It's the exception. I had a nigga beg for my time, and then when I finally gave it, it was like, nope, now I'm on to something else.
Damn.
I mean, of course, it still wanted to have sex because but anyway, but it was like it still wasn't genuine. As it like if you begged that much and that long, it should have been genuine at least.
But maybe you interpret it as he wants a relation. Like those niggas, I agree with you. Same way you talking about with
They
women.
give you
like,
they give you the impression.
The wrong impression. Like we not talking about them niggas. You know.
Oh, y'all talking about real? Like
We talking about real niggas who like
I ain't never met that. I ain't never met that before in my life.
Your whole life, you never met.
I mean,
not
besides
one
my relationship,
person?
I mean, yes, like the relationship I've been telling y'all about, that was the most genuine.
No, I don't believe you have a single friend that thinks you're attractive that doesn't want to fuck you.
I agree.
Okay, then. So, but that's like, but think about it though.
But they friends though.
They
right?
ain't say it to you.
I mean, but Okay.
So the nigga just in the pocket, just waiting for it. Like, nigga,
He like, but wait, she might be bored Friday night.
Tonight might be the fucking night, nigga. He be on your live, be like, just say the wrong thing, and I'm texting you.
I'm coming by.
Yeah, come text you coming by.
No. Okay, so
Them niggas exist.
Okay, look. I don't have any male friends. I mean, I have male friends, but I don't have any to where they're close enough to where they get to know me. I had one. Again, he forced it, and then shit fucked up.
Oh, so you keep them at bay?
Yeah, because I keep them to a certain. So then if their intentions aren't good, at least we still stay cool.
Okay.
Why would you want to be cool with a person whose intentions aren't good?
I mean, they can be good as a friend to you. They just won't be no good to you as a lover.
Okay.
But them niggas, I'm telling you, them niggas just waiting for the day.
Facts. They just want to hear.
They
can start interpreting signs. It might not even be a sign. You could send a heart, and she's like, "Was that the right?" She sent the correct heart. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like that meant something.
But you don't do that, do you?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna say
okay,
those are the words.
You might have put like a couple too many eyes on high, and now he thinks. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm trying to fuck now. You put 3 eyes on high.
Yeah, that's it. That's the worst female friend where you just like
you don't know where
I'm trying to read these emojis. Like, what the fuck is going on?
I think some women do that because they're bored and that's fun.
I honestly
and they get a lot of like validation out of that. They're like,
yep, they can get you to like them more.
Yeah,
or to pursue
because everybody wants to be liked to a certain. You don't want to be disliked by everybody, and you know what I'm saying. You just end up like a infamous enemy of the state, and that's no way to live.
You don't want to live like
you got to love yourself a lot.
But
I
don't want to ever mislead no one. I don't ever do that.
Yeah.
Misleading.
Us noblemen.
Us noblemen. We say that shit on the pod the other
all
week.
The time. Like, literally all the time. We ain't trying to be the piece of your relationship puzzle where it kind of just fucked everything up.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. Again, quickly, single.
Single as $1, and I ain't trying to make change.
Three things that you look for in a man. The top 3 things.
Oh shit!
Loyalty, honesty, and
I don't have the list ready. Hold on.
Fun.
Okay, she already ran to him. All right, 1, honesty. That's number 1.
Yes.
Loyalty was number 1.
Loyalty.
Okay, everyone that says that has been lied to, like big time, and it broke their heart.
Yeah.
So
that's facts.
I noticed that.
Loyalty number 1. Honesty.
Wait, she said honesty is 1, no?
Yeah. Honesty, loyalty.
Oh.
And I like fun. I like to have fun.
Facts.
Okay.
But fun is like so many things.
I mean, like, or spontaneity. Is that good? Like,
or the second time you use that word, and I always just thought spontaneous. I thought it was another actual other word.
No, she's saying the word wrong.
No, it's spontaneity.
I'm pretty sure it's spontaneity.
Okay, I didn't say the other T. I mean the other T, but you know, I think that's.
I was gonna allow you. He called it out.
No,
we knew what you meant.
I didn't know. I thought it was like.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not a picky guy. We all understood what you was trying to say.
Spontaneity. It's like that's the way I'm saying it.
Spontaneity is not a word.
It is.
Watch you better.
Spontaneity. I'm telling you, that's not a word.
Okay. That's it.
Spontaneity. I'm saying you're saying it wrong though.
Oh, but see, that's my
spontaneity.
No. Yeah. That's just how I say it out of just accent. So I'm saying spontaneity just because that's how.
You grew up here in Atlanta?
No, but I've been here.
Where'd you grow up?
Illinois. I'm from Midwest.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I gotta pull up to. I've been to Chicago before. I heard not one person say spontaneity.
I ain't never heard nobody use a word regardless.
You probably wouldn't hear nobody say the word, but the way. Okay, I guess that's the ghetto hood part of me, knowing the word, but knowing that's how I say it.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, I ain't call you out on it. He did it. I just wanted to get the record straight.
I thought that was actually
spontaneity.
We believe you.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? We understood.
I put the T with the end.
The understanding is what's most important.
Spontaneity.
What is that? What type of I guess nigga that you looking for? Are you looking to be in a relationship or no?
If it happens and they're genuine, I'll let it happen. Okay. If not, but again, a nigga got to perform some sort of like magic trick for me to even be remotely interested.
Okay.
I don't know what the magic trick is. I never know. It's got to be something. I don't know what the fuck it is that makes me like, And I swear on everything I love, I'll be doing nothing and then it'll hit me like, I like him. And then I'll flirt because I like him.
Do you ever make the first move or no?
I don't normally ever make the first move.
She thought too hard on that.
I don't think I've ever made the first move. If I liked you, I never made the first move. The closest thing I do to flirting when I like you and I don't know if you like me is like, no, nice hat.
You do this right here.
Nice hat.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
What a compliment.
That's all I got. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Like
that's facts though.
that's all I got.
You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
know what it is about me with that shit. Cause I be shy as fuck. But if I don't like you, I'll be like, yo, what up, nigga? Let's go. We finna go. I don't know. Normally I end up liking a person when I'm not afraid of them. If I like them too much, my what is that? My perception of them is on a high.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's high.
And so it makes me nervous. And so I'd rather not deal with you.
Put them on a pedestal.
But nigga, a lot of people do that though.
No, it's more like I don't know you. It's like I don't know you and I like you. So I don't know what to do with that. I don't know what you like. I don't know nothing about you.
I see.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's not a pedestal. It's more like I'm so unfamiliar, but I can be this attracted to you, which it makes me nervous because normally I don't fuck with people. I mean, not that I don't fuck with people I don't know, but I don't have those type of feelings for people I don't know.
I see what you're saying.
I'm a demisexual. I don't have sexual desires for someone unless I actually like them. So I don't understand when I like a person I've never met. I don't understand it. So 9 times out of 10, I'm shy.
Okay.
So it sounds like you're.
Did I say it right? Demisexual?
No, you said it right.
Okay.
Hey, it sounds like you're afraid, and I use the word loosely, but afraid of uncertainty.
Yeah, not knowing them. Because I could like you and then you're a total fucking asshole. And I'm drawn to character first. So if I like you off the rip and I don't know you, it scares me. Because I'm like, I don't really like somebody unless I know them. Like, or at least have an idea that I like of them.
So which character is it? Like, which is like the most attractive characteristic?
You just say right here, honesty.
I mean, like before you even.
But
like,
before I know if they're honest or not. It's probably like a certain sort of if somebody kind of there's two things. Either they can be like quiet, where I'll be like, I want to understand that person.
Mystery.
That enigma. It's like a certain enigma that people can hold that kind of like draws me in. All right, and then it's the opposite. It's the ones that's outgoing and fun and loud, and then it's like, yay, he's so fun. So it's between those two.
So it sounds like you like people that's like you then, because it sounds like you're this. You know what I'm saying? You can be mad quiet, but then like you can get real loud too.
So I'm attracted to either one. That draws me in first. Like my first terrible relationship with somebody who was, but he was funny. He was funny as fuck. He was very funny. But other people I've been, like I've been drawn to people that were more like to themselves. Like if you're more of a a to yourself type of person, I'm drawn to that for some reason. And that's like, because 9 times out of 10 you can trust a lot more people are to themselves because they understand that people ain't shit sometimes. So I understand that. So I'm more drawn to them.
Very true.
You know, because they're substantial. They understand things that people who probably are all out and about all the time, they don't understand the importance of actually being alone.
Yeah.
Probably because they can't be most of the time.
You know what I'm saying? They can't do it. So.
Yeah.
You sure where your list?
Yeah, shut the fuck up, bro. I don't know where it's at. No cap.
No,
I swear to you, I'm not even capping. I don't know where
top
it's deep though. It's in my titles folder.
Well, where's your top? What was your top 3 again? What was it?
Why you setting me up? Yo, he setting me up right now. Don't worry about it.
Wait, did you have spontaneity too?
No,
I didn't.
What was it?
But I realized fun is on my list though, because I've been fucking with
it was self.
You gotta shut the fuck up, bro.
No, I'm asking a question.
Self-aware?
Yes. Yeah, that's my favorite
that's
shit.
Number
Yeah.
Because most people aren't self-aware.
Yeah.
And it, you know what I'm saying? It hit me like we had a conversation 2 weeks ago downstairs in the collab room, the room right under this one, where we was telling everybody like their best trait and their worst trait. And then like people told me like, what was my worst trait? What they say it was?
You lack empathy.
Okay, yeah, I'm not empathetic.
Oh.
Yeah,
but like not in that way. I just empathize differently than other people.
Oh shit, are you? I know a sociopath.
I'm not a sociopath. He just made that shit up.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I know a sociopath.
No.
It's like they understand that it's probably sad or bad or wrong or whatever, but they don't feel a fucking thing.
Yeah, no, that happens sometimes, but that's just like.
But that's your worst thing, and you lack empathy. Yeah.
Okay, so that's fine. I know that about myself. No, wait, hold on. Someone said something else because I had to fight him on it. What'd they say?
I can't remember. That was the one that was.
Damn,
I agree with that
one.
What are you gonna do with a woman that feels everything? How could you deal with
But
her?
it's like this though. Like, let's say you enjoy birthdays, right? like I'm gonna have to I had to try my hardest to give a fuck about your birthday because I don't care. I don't celebrate birthdays. I just use them as days to reflect. So I just trying. It's more like I'm trying to get to an understanding like why you care.
Why
about
we're
it.
here?
So yeah. So if I'm in a relationship with you, then I'm gonna like force myself to like, okay, I have to remember the day first of all, because I don't be knowing. I just wake up and every day is the same. So I had to remember the day. I put it on my calendar just in case, because I always check my calendar.
Makes sense.
And then I had to try to care. But you know what I'm saying? You always have to like source out people that feel like that. So, you know, Waleed is a big birthday guy. So I just be like, yo, Waleed, man, what do you think I should do? You know what I'm saying? But that's just getting to an understanding. You know what I'm saying? He trying to make me out to be a sociopath. That's not the case. Yeah, that's fucked up, Lo. Don't try and mischaracterize me.
You asked me what it was.
Oh, it was, yeah.
That was.
No one said sociopath, though. I don't think nobody said that.
No.
You just said that right now.
We've said it on the podcast before that you show sociopathic tendencies.
Nah, but you ever watch that?
Did you kill kids? Did you kill animals when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Nah, I love animals.
Okay,
that's
good.
my favorite. I love
good.
But like also, I realize the circle of life, and I don't care to eat an animal. Like I don't have when I eat a cow, I'm not thinking like I feel so bad this cow had to die. Because they kill each other in the wild all the time. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I don't care. But at the same time, when I see like chickens in like just crammed up in the hand, they shouldn't eat in the same place. Like that made me feel bad because you know, some McDonald's.
What was number 2?
Not because you know what I'm saying, McDonald's.
Who was number 2 on that list?
Huh?
Who's number 2?
Wait, I don't even be known.
I think I got it on
you
my
know what I'm saying, McDonald's.
Get my list.
Hey,
Lord, chill out, bro. Why are you playing today, man?
No, I'm asking you. Do you know what that list was?
Nah, I don't even have it up. See, this is a whole new folder. I just have I do my titles on Notepad. Okay. This is like where I map. This is my brainstorming sessions right here. You know what I'm saying? I just think about on that beanbag.
Oh, another thing I'm drawn to: intelligence. I like smart ones.
Word. You know what I'm saying? I get afraid when people say that though, because I realize when people say that they want something, like there was this girl that said, like
I like smart guys. She said that.
But then she's not smart at all. That's what happens a lot of the time. I'm not saying that's what you.
But she knows.
I'm just saying.
She may like smart guys so she can learn some shit.
No, it's the same shit where like I hate boring people, and then it's like I get to know you and you're fucking boring. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Who's the common denominator in the problem? So I always had to check myself when I'm like, let's say, because I've been dating the past like 6 months. Let's say I'm fucking with somebody, right? If she tells me something she likes or doesn't like, I'll immediately start to look for that in her to see like, has she been the root cause? Because she might be. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times she might be, no cap.
That's true.
You're doing a lot right now.
No, wait, can I? No. Do you remember what your number 2 was?
Huh? I don't remember, no cap.
Number 3?
Nah, I deadass don't remember. Is this my?
You seem to be blushing. Why are you blushing?
I'm not blushing.
It was something that was up there. What was that there?
You doing a lot right now, though. I'm not.
What's happening? What are y'all talking about? Y'all saying y'all are talking without me knowing what you're talking about. It's like y'all having
for example, my
it's an
top
esoteric conversation going on that I have nothing. Like
we lived through that. Actually.
It's one going on. It's like I hear everything y'all saying, but y'all saying something else.
No, my top 3 was self-awareness, humor, and honesty, and number 4 was communication.
Oh, that's good.
That's a good list, bro.
That's good. That's really good.
What was yours?
I don't remember. Yo, bro.
You remember what? I think what's the other one that was like top 4 or 5?
I don't know, man.
Why you don't know?
That's one of my worst traits. My memory is horrible.
Is it?
That's a real fact.
It's a
so
real
bad.
one, but he's making an excuse right
It's
now.
so bad.
Do you ever act like you can't remember, but you do?
Yes. You're doing it right now. You're doing it right now.
I know. I can tell.
It's cool though, bro.
Yeah.
It's cool. I ain't gonna pull it up. It's cool, bro.
No, y'all funny. I like this. This is fun. Y'all are fun.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You got like a good energy to you. Like you were the first one to get loud. You know what I'm saying? And
am I?
No, like on the podcast, like I think you said like something on a bitch, and you got like real loud.
Oh yeah, fuck that shit.
Yeah, but that's good though, because that like
I swear that might be a meme. I swear it is.
Yeah, that's really dope though, because you know what I'm saying. It's like, for example, I was in a call with a bunch of agencies. You know what I'm saying. You wait for cues to see like, yo, how's the conversation gonna go? Because I don't know what you're gonna get. Like what works with you. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, we just want a good conversation.
Yeah.
So, but every once in a while, I'll be in a call where like the person will be like, fuck, or let's just swear. It's supposed to be a professional meeting.
Right.
But I'll be like, oh, okay, you let me know. I can say whatever today.
Yeah.
But it's like then you loosen up.
Yeah.
So it's like it's good though.
No, yeah.
Nah, it seems like
I'm actually pretty fun when I'm not angry.
Okay.
I'm fine.
No, that's good though. A lot of people, because a lot of people just don't know enough about themselves because they're busy blaming everything else for
On everybody instead of taking full responsibility for the shit that they actually cause upon themselves. It makes me angry.
There's a guy that's about to enter this house in the next 12 hours. And that's all he does. That's all he does.
Oh, blames everybody.
Lee. He can come back from Florida in like 12 hours, and that's all he does.
It's your fault I went to Florida.
No, he's.
I swear.
I guarantee you're not far off.
It's not that far removed of what's about to be said.
It's your fucking fault I was even in Florida in the first place.
I swear.
So, but you don't know it's like, but that's refreshing energy though, because a lot of people don't know.
I agree.
So then you find people that know, and you're like, oh man, like where people that you spawn from? Like, you just come from.
It's a pet peeve of mine for people who are not able to take accountability. My one and very biggest thing about dealing with people, one overall, because I can't fucking stand a coward. I can't stand it because what they don't understand is that they rob themselves of their own self-growth. They rob themselves of their own ability to grow and change and develop into better fucking people. Substantial, ethical, morally driven fucking people.
Right.
And it makes me so damn mad. It makes me mad. So I've cut people off because they didn't take accountability. I'm taking and then I had to tell them in the end, all you had to do was say you were sorry. That was it. Like it was never about what the fuck you did. At least if you take responsibility for doing the shit, and I know that you care about the effects that it caused and the people that it hurt or whatever the case is, whatever, however that goes, you care enough to say, all right, that wasn't right, and I'm sorry, and I'm gonna work on this. I'll forgive you. As long as I know you ain't full of shit.
They made a movie about that. It's out in the theaters right now. It's called Unhinged. I watched it 2 days ago.
I'm gonna look
it's about a guy who got cut off in traffic. And he was like, hey, could you apologize? You could have just gave me a courtesy tap because he was going through a long day. And he made the woman's life miserable all movie long because she didn't know how to apologize.
Oh, yes.
Fucked up. Definitely. That's a sociopath, by the way. So just to be clear.
Facts.
But
Psychopath.
the lesson of the story is also true. Like, people don't know how to say, like, my bad, I'm sorry. And I'm kind of bad at that too, a little bit, but I've gotten way better over the last 3 years.
I understand.
Because it's like a skill. It's like a skill. I swear it's a skill. Because it's kind of like, I don't know what it is, but
you feel bad about feeling like you're the cause of something. It bothers me. Shit, it bothers me. I'm like, man, I don't like to be seen as the bad guy. Don't nobody want to be the bad fucking guy there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nobody wants to be that shit. Like, no lie.
Yeah,
like, nobody wants to be the I hate y'all. Y'all doing it again. You're doing it again. I can feel it.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
No, we good.
Stop making her uncomfortable, though.
No, it doesn't. I'm not uncomfortable. I just feel it. I know.
It's cool. Thank you, though, for coming on.
No, I loved it.
It was a great conversation.
Thank you.
Where can they find you at on social media?
We should have started with that.
I'll put it in the
okay. So you guys can definitely find me on Instagram as Dominique Danielle, but my last E for Danielle is a 3. So that's DOMINIQUE DANIELLE.
He can put on the screen. No,
but it's the 3. And
it's gonna be in the description.
Facebook.
It will be in the
Facebook is officially Dominique Danielle. My name is long. That's really my real name too, Dominique Danielle. And then of course, YouTube, Dominique Danielle.
All right. It's your number. What's up with you?
What with you, bro?
What's up with you?
Damn.
We can't share our top 3s.
Damn, I don't know what mine is.
I'm about to let you know
I've evolved since.
I'm about to let you know what your number 2 was though.
Nah, I don't even worry about all.
All right, good. Never mind. Fuck it then. Damn. Yo, let them. Jog his memory in the comment section below.
They remember? They probably remember.
Of course they did. Yeah, jog his memory in the comment section below. Y'all put it down, man.
Oh shit.
Because man, it was a wild number 2.
It's a wild number 2.
It's a wild number 2. Because it was like self-awareness number 1, and then number 2 was just crazy. So I was like, damn, that's that high. He's
damn,
that high.
Wild.
Man,
yeah, I think I got a lot of requirements. Sorry, I don't want to drag things along, but I realized I asked for a lot.
That's good.
I don't.
Is that bad?
No, that's good.
It's not
but
bad.
it's stuff like I have no requirements when it comes to looks. I have no preference.
That was the premise of the top 10 list.
Yeah,
really?
Where we're trying to figure out how far on the list you had to go before you get to looks. And at least for me, it wasn't even like, it was low in my
mine is changing so often, you know what I'm saying? Because
I think the number 2 was still up there though.
No, here's the thing though, because I had this period in my life where I was mad hyper focused on work, and it panned out for the better because work went like astronomically great.
Yeah.
But like everything else in my life was falling apart. Like I ain't talked to no family. Like I gained a ton of weight. But then since I moved here, I realized like I think I could control like because with
both.
Yeah, but that's a fear though, because it's like if you really like the person, now you start you change your priorities a little bit, and that's my worst case scenario. Because I work way too fucking hard to let this shit go.
What you mean?
So
that's one of my fears. No, go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Cap. So that's why I say it changed a lot, because I just started dating like 8 months ago.
Like just starting.
Yeah. So then I'll see something that I think I'm gonna like, and then I'll find somebody with it, and then I'll be like, I mean, it's a good trait to have, but it might be lower in the standings, shit like that.
I still think year 2 was still. I don't think that's ever changing.
Interesting.
But that was the whole premise of the list.
So every person that comes here, we try and get their list. And I had the list somewhere of every person that's been on the podcast.
Oh,
it's somewhere on my computer.
I'm gonna have to check it out too, guys, because I'd have to follow you guys on Instagram too, because I don't subscribe to your YouTube channels.
That's fucked up.
I'm sorry. I had no idea where to follow. Or the name.
I'm fucking around. You're good.
I'm sorry. I was about to say, because I really, my intentions are good. No, seriously. They're genuine. All right.
I trust that.
Yeah, for real.
I know. I'm not on IG. I'm on Twitter more. So.
I'm never there. Great.
Twitter's hilarious though. But yeah. But you got your list?
Nah, I'm not even looking for it. It's deep, bro. It's deep, man.
All right,
you know what I'm saying? Whatever, bro.
You gonna wrap it up?
Yeah.
I mean, because I think your mine's is But yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm glad you seen yours.
Not number 2 though. You know not even the second one.
You know what I'm saying? If y'all enjoy,
that's crazy.
If y'all enjoyed the podcast, make sure to drop a like on it. Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher. What's good with y'all, man? Thanks for showing love. Apple Podcasts, people drop a 5-star. Almost at 3K. Make sure to say fuck Audio Mac, word of mouth. People, thanks for showing love. And again, the video is available on YouTube, man. Y'all can see our beautiful faces every Monday and Thursday.
Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that'll be all. Did I miss anybody?
Know the game?
That's a shame.
Wow, Jesus Christ.
If you guys haven't subscribed, YouTube, put on the notification bell. Make sure to go.
Know the gang.
Hey, and we'll fuck with y'all, man. We'll catch y'all on the next one.
Oh, Ambitious Head. That's what it was. Number 2 was Ambitious Head. That's what it was.
Hey, it feels...
You was like self-awareness. And then Ambitious Head was right at number 2.
Ambitious as far as in ambitious head sexually, or ambitious head as far as in just like
intellectually?
Mentally? Okay.
No.
Oh, you mean like sexually?
You mean like ambitiously give me head.
Oh, that's
he capping right now. Trust me, he capping.
Hey, it's not though.
Yo, that's the old list. Yo, he's bugging right now.
That's the old age. This nigga says self-awareness and he means like head. It gotta be number.
Like you gotta know how and like to.
Here's the thing though. Self-awareness is really a cheat code because it's everything though. If you're self-aware, everything else can improve.
I agree.
Sex wasn't in your top 10 at all. It was just ambitious head number 2.
That'll have a lot to do with being honest when you're self-aware.
True. But with yourself.
Yep. Honest. Yep. If you're honest, well, hopefully they can be honest to you. Yeah. Self-aware.
I hope so. Yeah.
Hold on. Sorry. Hey, I'm still recording. I'll call you right back. All right, bye.
Hey, agent?
My mother.
Oh.
Basically like my agent. No. Self-aware. Okay, when you're self-aware, a lot of times you'll probably be more enabled to take accountability for the things you do wrong.
Yep.
Because you're self-aware. You'll also be able to, look and see what you're good at, what you're not good at. And you might work on fixing it. I don't know. You could.
Facts. That's
that
facts.
Is what it is.
You know what I'm saying?
See, self-aware.
And that's the reason. That's why it's falling right under head. Because if you're self-aware, right?
Why you blowing up the spot, bro?
If you're self-aware, like you know for a fact you don't give good head or not, so you work on that shit.
That's facts.
But that's true too.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're not ambitiously with that head. So,
oh my god!
So then you work on that.
Yo, that's a fact. I hope she's working on that. You know what I'm saying?
She'd be like, I know I'm not good at it, but I'm gonna keep being bad at it.
No, but hopefully she get better. That's how that's how life goes.
Yeah, you gotta at least want to be a better version of yourself. What is that?
That's
What's that?
I don't know. I don't know the word for that. Yeah, maybe.
There is a word, but yeah,
it is a word.
That was your number 2.
That's wild. You just remember that, bro? You forgot the rest of the list?
There was some other characteristics on there, but I mean, I'm pretty sure humor was on there, but
Yeah, I think humor
ambitious
was
head
next.
was number 2. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, thanks for watching the podcast.
Thanks for having me, guys.
And we'll catch you on the next one, man.
Oh.